Yeah. You need me to move this over?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's good? Ready, guys?
Yep.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jordan Taylor. This here is Under the Lights Week 1 Game Pick Show. We are live from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts Building here in Opelousas, Louisiana, home of the state champions. Guess who's back on the panel this week, ladies and gentlemen? Here to talk about his Tigers. Let's get it going. Big Week 1. It's going to be hell in this 60-game pick that we have. And we probably won't finish with some good records this week, guys. Look at these games. Look at the next page. And it's a lot of flip a coin type of games. Gary, do you have your coin for this week?
No, forgot it.
Well, we don't have a heads or tails for this week, but we're going to get after it.
We'll
Uh-oh.
all get one.
Dig
We'll
it
get
in the
one.
change pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Weather conditions could play a factor. So if we pick some teams that are primarily run teams tonight, don't freak out. They got some bad weather on the way, and we might not pick them spread teams here tonight. We don't know what's going to happen. The panel's ready. We're fired up for Week 1. It's a big Week 1. We got a lot to talk about. This is show number 72. 72 big ones on Wednesday nights. We've covered 84 teams. We've been to 46 stadiums. 98 total games. Can't wait to crack 100 this week, ladies and gentlemen. 76 total helmets. Mamoon made their way to the helmet display this week. Gonna get north for million very soon is what we were told. And if you have a high school out there Acadiana, if you have a high school out there that is not on the shelf and you want to get them up here, reach out to us, send them in the mail. Let's get that in play. 20,000 followers. What an accomplishment for Under the Lights. Thank you, and thank you for all that you've done. If you'd like to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So much to talk about, so little time. Let's turn things over to the panel. They're going to introduce themselves at this time. I'm Jordan Taylor. Here's the rest of the group.
Alex Fontenot, ready to get it cranked up.
UTL sponsor, Alex Fontenot. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to talk about our sponsors tonight, too.
Yeah. Chris Esprit, man.
And I'm Gary Swallow. This is my place.
Holden Lee. Enoch Grosjean. Glad to be here for another year of high school football.
Yes, indeed. Let's go talk a little bit about last week for a second. Your thoughts on the Jamboree scores, your thoughts on how bad some of our predictions were and the predictions show last week when we seen some of these scores for the Jamboree. Some teams that we thought were going to be good, not so good. Some teams that we were not even talking about, contenders. Get ready. It should be some fun. Last week, saw some good things during the Jamborees. Your thoughts?
Yeah, man, there was a lot of scores that shocked you, but it's hard to read into that because, you had a little bit of weather here and there. You had, some teams that might have said, hey, we like where we're at right here. Let's just keep it till week 1. Keep injuries out of the way. So you never know. This is going to be the week that you're going to really tell what's going on.
Yeah, the weather. I mean, here in Opelousas, the weather played a factor.
Yeah.
And pretty much going to play a factor this week too.
Right.
So hopefully we can, from what the words and the talk said, we will get that turf field this upcoming season. So I guess in the future we won't have to worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Gary, I mean, we've seen some great football on that Friday. So your thoughts on? We might have seen something that night.
We seen some. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a team that I didn't know that how good they were gonna be. They proved that they were good, and they had some teams that that I wasn't sure that kind of had me kind of like, well, I'm not sure, and they stayed up and they showed me stuff. And we had one team that had the turnover bug. It was just so you don't know how it's going to happen. What happens without those turnovers? Things like that. So it's just like now it's for the marbles. You had half a game for each of the 3 games that we saw. You had 2 quarters. Now we got 4.
Yeah.
So look out.
Holden, you've seen some scores around the state. Saw some good things on Twitter. What's your thoughts of the Jamboree action?
I mean, I told you, I don't buy much into Jamboree, but some of it's still impressive just because I heard there was a few teams that they took starters out second drive, first half, first quarter, or whatever. They played 2 quarters, right?
Yeah.
I don't look into it, but it's still the fact. It goes to show you some teams with the depth and whatnot, the future.
Yeah. The depth and what you can do, getting some of those young guys working in case they need those guys down the road.
Yep.
Right, exactly. I saw a few of the scores. I was kind of busy with some stuff I had to deal with last week, but I looked at some of them, and I'm kind of on the same boat as Holden. I don't put too much stock into Jamboree skirmish stuff. It's basically preseason, You're gonna see what everybody's truly made of starting this week. So.
Right. But now it's for the real marbles.
Yes, indeed. All right, so our schedule got flipped on its head this week. So we did have things planned out, but we're going to have to shift gears and let you know what's going to happen the rest of the week. So we did have Kinder and Welsh tomorrow night. That game has been rescheduled for Saturday at 11 a.m. So let's keep that in mind. Kinder Welsh will happen from Welsh High School, 11 a.m. Yes, Under the Lights will be there. We will broadcast that football game. Excited for that rivalry. Number 2, Eunice Northwest. Let the weather come. That game is happening Friday night, 7 o'clock down there. Correct, Alex. You got boots on the ground. Nothing's in the air. Nothing's changing. We're playing football Friday
Yes,
over
sir.
there at Northwest High School, correct?
That's it.
Okay, so we have that game Friday. We got this game Saturday. I had to go and get a new Thursday game, ladies and gentlemen. And Thursday game this week, what a banger. Wow. Jennings, Iowa, an opportunity of a lifetime that I'm fixing to have to cover these 2 teams. Never covered Jennings Bulldogs before. Excited for the opportunity. Never covered Eunice Bobcats before. Excited for the opportunity. And what a rivalry this is. So, Thursday, right here. Friday, right here. Saturday, right here. 7 o'clock, 11 a.m. 3 games this week are live on Under the Lights, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thoughts on these 3 matchups, panel?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be awesome.
Good games all the way around.
Yeah.
Good names. Just best high school football,
It's almost
What a way to start week 1.
That's right.
It's almost like legit with 6 helmets.
All of them was
Almost all playoff teams right here.
and all of them, you
Local communities playing each other.
and, yeah, right.
All 6 of them
and,
were in
and
playoffs.
all used to be in all the same districts
That's right.
because Welsh and Kendall
Yeah, all the
was,
battles they've
Yeah.
had over the years.
Jennings and Iowa was,
Last year,
Yeah.
yep,
and Northwest and Eunice.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's
So-
amazing. I'm excited, guys. It's starting off the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the Thursday game. I'm ready to see it. I've never seen either of these teams play before, so it'll be an interesting new environment. And they are playing in Moss Bluff because of
Yes,
the
forgot to
Oh, we
mention
gotta
that.
mention
This game will not happen at Iowa. They're going to play at Sam Houston High School, and what a beautiful stadium that is. Going to
Yeah,
get to
no
see
kidding.
that for the first time. So live on Under the Lights, get ready.
If you haven't seen that stadium, he sent me a picture of it
Yeah, I
last
saw it.
night.
Got the
It
same
is
picture.
awesome. Watch, and you're going to be amazed at how beautiful this stadium is. High school football, it's amazing out there.
All right, let's check these records for some of these teams that we've covered these last few years. We are going into year 6. Kinder, 7-7 records. Okay, we're 500. Let's see if they get over into that 8th win this week. Welsh Greyhounds trying to get back to 500. They are 1-2 when UTL covers them. So they
That
might-
includes playoffs, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
So they
okay.
might. I mean, we don't have the best record, but that could change this week. Eunice, first time 0-0. We'll see what happens in that department there. North, first time covering Eunice
Yes.
in 6
Oh, wow.
years.
Yeah.
Northwest, how about a whomping 4-0, Chris. Hey, I'm sure they don't mind when we come to
Don't
town.
mind. We should be there every week. I think Coach Evans wish he probably could have been to the Cecilia game.
Yeah.
Probably.
That would have.
And you know who was more happy? Union Parish. When we showed up.
Yeah.
When they show up, they know we win.
No,
when,
what I'm
when
saying-
we show, yeah.
I'm saying
Yep.
because you know Northwest is undefeated every time y'all cover them.
Yep. And
know,
so
so-
is Union Parish.
Yeah.
So they say come on down.
Oh yeah, because y'all coming?
Talk
this
about a
week?
great game the last time we covered Union Parish when they played
Yes.
Gina in the semifinals.
Hey, you know who else is undefeated that we're getting to cover this week? Iowa, 4-0.
Right.
And Jennings, first time getting to cover him this week, 0-0. So that's a look at some of these games. Honored to have the opportunity. Your week one thoughts. Some of these matchups are loaded, fellas. Give us your overall thoughts. You looked at the papers here. There's some loaded matchups here in week one. Probably one of the best week ones we've ever had.
Yeah, even some of the. I'm just looking at the schedule. I'm like, the coaches didn't shy away from
No.
scheduling competition.
Oh no, this is awesome.
Yeah, and just know they got to play these same teams next year.
Mm-hmm.
Week
Yeah,
one
so
again.
it's the
So
same thing.
if you've seen your class is heavy, just know what you got coming back the following year.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Anybody else starts on week one?
Yeah, I agree with them. This is one of the more stacked week ones, at least in recent memory that I've seen. A lot of tough teams going to play each other early, and they're going to see exactly what they're made of. So I'm very excited about all of these games,
Eric?
No, I'm
seeing how it's going to fall.
right. I'm with you on that. I think this is probably going to be the hardest, but most evenly matched week one that we've had, and since we've been doing
That's why I
this.
said we might all have bad records here.
man,
That's what he told me. He said, "Ain't nobody gonna have winning records in here." I was like, going, "Oh my God!" Then I looked at it. I said, "You right. This is gonna be hard."
I just ran across a game just now, Lord.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a few.
There's a few of them. In there.
There's a few.
There's
Yeah.
not one. There's many.
Holden, you turned the page and seen that list of games?
Yeah, I was like,
Yes.
when I saw that one, I went, "Oh yeah." Mm-hmm.
Hey, how about before we go into some football talk, let's mention our sponsors for this season, ladies and gentlemen. 17 of them,
Right.
Gary.
Yep.
And thank
we
you.
Might have 18 on coming too. We ain't figured that out yet.
Oh, okay, well, Gary knows something I don't know. 3 gold sponsors. I believe it's 7 silvers and the rest are bronze. So let's go ahead and meet those sponsors at this time, ladies and gentlemen. 3 gold sponsors: Crawfish House and Grill, Bork's Supermarket and Specialty Meats, Complete Turf Care. That is our gold sponsors this year. They got the jamborees last week. They get the entire regular season and wherever we go in the playoffs. So honored to have those 3 on board this year. Our silver sponsors this year: Whips Prince back on board for another season. UTL Player of the Game sponsor. Bird's Eyes Insurance is back on board here with Mr. Alex right there. Pizza Shack is on board. DeVille's Racing Stables, Chapalaya Basin Seafood, Fundraising University, Big Zig's Photography. And as our silvers, they're going to get our regular season, weeks 1 through 10. So if we got 3 games like this week, guess what? They're going to get it. They're going to get all the way through weeks 1 through 10. And then our bronze, they're going to get 5 weeks, and we'll see our bronze at this time. Coach O Photography, Mama's Fried Chicken, Z Spice, Magnolia May Photography, all summed up. Tax Services, DeVille's Electric, and LaCour's Pest Control. Thank you to our sponsors this season. We could not do it without you. I showed the guys before we started all the new equipment we bought this year. Brand new table, brand new helmet display, new T-shirts. So it's been something to upgrade this season and make year 6 the best it's been this year.
I can't tell you that we've done. It's getting better and better. I don't care what anybody says. You keep on looking where they were when I first got involved. I know these, Jordy and Holden were there before, but I mean, we've made so much progress. I can't say, but man, the sky's the limit, and it's getting better and better.
Yeah. Fellas, anything you want to say about the sponsors that are helping this program put on an incredible year 6?
All I can say is that if you need any of their services, take care of them because they take care of us. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Hope the insurance rates go down.
They creeping down.
I hope so.
They're
Yeah.
going
For
slow.
real,
It's getting
man.
better.
Getting
Hey,
there.
I know a guy.
The house for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
That's
Yeah,
real.
I know a guy.
Hey, I want to give a couple shout outs real quick. Make it quick here. Hash It Out Show. Those guys are going to do live stream this year over there in the New Orleans area. Over there. So, want to watch a game of the week every week from that direction. Hash It Out Show will have you covered. Neville Tiger Network will cover Neville this season. They do incredible work there. Wolfpack Broadcasting Network will cover St. Paul's this year. Who That Films, he stays around the Sinla area, I think it is.
Yeah.
Covers Marksville, Bunkie, Avoyles, a couple of those 3, and maybe some more. I'm not sure all his teams. Your View this week will be streaming Southside and Notre Dame, so if you want to watch those 2, they will be on Your View. LHSAA Network will stream Central of Baton Rouge and De La Salle this week. How did they pass up on Catholic? How did they pass up on Acadiana and Ruston? Not sure. Shout out to our guy Spencer False, brand new table here, first time here. What you think?
Yeah, I like it, man. I saw it last week and hate that I had to miss last week, but I like it. You know, a little more.
Yeah, you get,
maneuver
we don't have
room.
to look down the line and we
Yeah.
can see each other at a good
Yeah.
pace. What you think? First time here, brand new table.
Oh yeah, it's great. I like the way that I like the new setup now. It definitely pops at you in a better way.
We
more
just got to get
positive way.
something to cover the bottom so we don't see our feet.
We're working
Yeah,
on
we
it.
can work on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little banner in the front. That
Yeah.
say UTL.
Maybe. Yeah. Exactly. I think that's
Make mine stick
doable for
alike.
sure.
Just measure. Oh.
Karen Crow Bears Network will stream their games this year. So
see
excited to
them
see
versus
Karen
Acadiana
Crow
in week 10.
get their game
I'm going to
streamed
that
this
game,
year. So get home, want to catch the game later that night, see what happened. There's
Right.
an opportunity. How about Chaston Towers? I might have said that name wrong, but the Lake 92.9 will have Southwest Louisiana game of the week every week. This week it is Sam Houston and Leesville. And they say Karen Crow has a coaches show every Tuesday night. Okay. 446 Sports, those guys from the Alexandria area cover Alexandria, Holy Savior Menard, Pineville, Tioga, and Buckeye. So all 5 of those teams are covered by 446 Sports. Get to catch those guys all season. Shout out to Mike Coppage from the Acadiana Advocate. Shout out to Matthew Louvier from the Daily Ibrian. And shout out to K104 Downs law firm. Game of the week this week goes to Wassman versus Bastrop. Any shout outs y'all want to give at this time? Floor is yours. Don't let me hog the mic.
I want to shout out our media team at Opposite Side.
Go for it.
Tyreek Andrews. He does all our videos and take pictures, everything else. You know, he does a phenomenal job. He did the series. I'm not sure if y'all caught it on YouTube, but we have
Send it to me.
yeah, we started it since last beginning of the summer. Chess Not Checkers.
Okay.
And we had 3 series, each game leading all the way up to the dome. We even got the footage for the dome and everything else. So I'll share to the page and everything else. But he does all of that work, the editing. Coach Zach looked over before he sent out. You know, it's a treat.
Yeah.
He's a Northwest alum, so you know a lot of talent comes from that side.
There you go. There you go.
I think we gonna. Never mind. You look like you never mind.
Shout out to Mr. Alex there at the end of the table, cooking for UTL this week. So shout out to him. I think a big jambalaya is in store for the Friday night game with Eunice. Shout out to Chris for next week. Going to be cooking for the Under the Lights crew next week. So 2 guys on the panel showing love right back to us by giving us a great meal and some good friendship talk before the game even starts. So thank you guys.
Right, and it's only fair that we do that because y'all give us an outlet to talk about our alum and our teams and everything else, and also still talk football at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Fellas,
And
any
we
shout outs
enjoy
for y'all?
No, man, I think
Good?
we're good.
Good? Everybody's good?
Yep.
Hey, I got a top 10 UTL takeaways from last week, and I want to go through it with each and every one of you, and we're going to dive into this, okay?
Okay.
Number one, on the takeaways from last week, bad weather a week ago for Jamboree, saw some games move to turf fields, and they saw some home games, some home fields destroyed from multiple games being played on those fields. Your thoughts about when it's before the season, when something like this happens where there's bad weather that pushes in, and you know you got 2 to 3 games being played on your field that night, and it's not a turf field.
It's not an issue with it's not an issue for most of the St. Landry Parish schools anymore. Because it used to be where every 6 years you hosted for the 6 public schools, but they moved them all to Donald Gardner now. I mean, I'm sure that they take care of their field just fine. You know.
Well, the
You
only
guys seen it up close.
I mean, you've seen it.
well,
in person.
the only
Wasn't there last week.
good thing comes out of that is that the other parish teams,
Save their fields.
right?
Yeah.
But that's our field that we play on.
You play on it every
Yeah.
week.
Every-
Y'all in OC, so
Right.
it's already getting its work in during
Right.
the season.
So
two teams.
so I honestly I think they should have canceled it last week. But you know when you plan for this event,
Find you a turf field down
I
the
wish
road.
they would have just kept
Right.
it in the rotation.
well, it's still in the rotation. Each school
Yeah,
each school
they're in charge of hosting it.
hosting it, but it's
Right.
that's the hosting spot.
Right. I'd
So-
rather
so-
them just be at the schools. I mean,
No.
that's just.
It never was, but at the end of the day, if you do that, then you have the option. Let's say, for instance, us in Northwest, we had to play each other. Northwest was the whole team. Well, we should have just played the game at Northwest. Beauchesne Youth, they should have played in over there. But at the end of the day, they want everybody to be together. And
Yeah,
host the Jamboree.
because I remember my freshman year, it might have been the last time that it was at separate schools, but we had hosted the Jamboree at Beauchesne my freshman year in high school.
Well,
Yeah,
and
this,
my
is like
last-
this was 2010.
Right.
So this has been a while.
My last year of football was the rotation thing, and then it all just went right back to Donald Gardner.
right.
Yeah, that's right,
Right.
because 13 was at Port Barrow. I remember that.
But in like I said, in hindsight, they don't look at the bigger picture that Opelousas High and OC has to play on this field.
right,
and-
that's why I kind of like the
So
other
even if let's say for instance they wouldn't even play it, and the field would have been great, it's still gonna rain right now. OC plays tomorrow. By the time we get to the field Friday, right,
It's gonna be torn
and
up,
and the game will be played at Donald Gardner Stadium Friday. No ands or buts about it. The powers to be just they tried to get the game. They wanted the game in Turlins. No, we playing at home. We want our home game. There's no amount that you can pay us to play over there this year.
Yeah. So I guess the question I was posing was, when you have instances like this, when you're gonna have 6 teams on a field for a jamboree, and you know that the season hasn't even got here yet, week 1 through 10, do you think that they should just try to find an alternate route and find a turf field down the road in future references to save these fields?
It's just tough because there's so much that goes into it. You got 6 different
So
schools
much
coming together.
preparation.
Right.
You got and
Travel.
everything's local. You know, so it's really tough. And I think this is probably the last year that we ever have to talk about this in this
With
San Andrew Parish Jamboree
with
because you get into
the
turf.
new upgrades.
Right.
Yeah, with the turf field at
But,
all.
yeah, it's very unfortunate.
But
It-
here's
it's-
another
it's-
example. Down there at Kinder, they play through a monsoon with their 3 teams that they played. They're not playing 3 games, but they had 3 teams there. Same thing at Marksville. Marksville, Bunkie of Boyles, they played 3 teams there. They're not playing 3 games, but I'm sure those fields don't look too pretty right now.
Well, and like I said, Northwest is going on a dry field this week. Beauchene's on a dry field this week. Everybody else but us is on a dry field.
Well, we're going to rain, so
It-
it
it-
should still be dry.
Even if it was a home game.
Yeah, it
Well,
would've been-
we've covered
right.
we covered the
You're
Rain
right.
Jamboree last week, and they tore the sucker up.
Right. So
Yeah.
but the field should be okay this right now. You know, the work that they had done to it, it's just sad.
And then they said J.S. Clark was supposed to play tonight.
Yeah, and they canceled it.
Okay.
Who are they supposed to play?
I don't know.
They moved it to. They were supposed to play Lafayette Renaissance, I think, and they moved it to Clark Field in Lafayette, I believe.
Right.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
but
yeah.
it's only a JV game, so that's why
A little more
they
familiar
canceled
with
it, you know. They're
Clark
still
Field
playing.
and all
Now
that.
they're still playing. Now they're playing varsity ball.
Yeah.
Then it is what it is.
All right, let's shift gears. Let's go to takeaway number 2 from last week. UTL covered 2 jamborees. We saw 10 different teams. Great football was played. We saw up and close and personal, and we might have found a contender out of those 10 teams, fellas. Catholic and New Iberia really stood out.
Yeah, they surprised me in the playoffs last year, and
Earlier exit than expected.
Yeah.
Talked to the coaches upstairs. This is the year. Senior leg group.
and it's
But-
been a while too because
Yeah.
they were pretty good, 6, 7, 8 years ago, maybe even before that. But it seems like they're rebounding a little bit now.
Good Charles Prep beat them.
Yeah, they hit a little bit
Yeah,
of a valley,
7-3 last
but
year.
they're reloading. So
Well,
But you talked to the coaches, I talked to the coaches, and we saw it up close and personal. It was like, okay, put him on the line.
Yeah.
We're keeping an eye on them guys this year because, man, they're good.
they were
Captain Iberia.
at that jamboree. They were the ones that
Volume.
caught my eye because they were clicking on all cylinders. They were basically in mid-season form
Yes.
right at the beginning. I was like, oh my God, everything was clicking, everything was hitting. So look out for Catholic and New Iberia. Look out.
Let's go to takeaway number 3 from last week. Evangel knocks off West Monroe 25-22. The E is back, and ladies and gentlemen, Peyton Houston has arrived.
Look out.
Yeah, we said it.
we were
last
talking about it
week.
last year
Yeah.
that they were close, and they might be able to strike as soon as this year. We were
They're
talking how
back.
close they were. So
Yeah.
They're back.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
what we were saying last week. Is we heard the rumors last year. They showed a little bit. They solidified it.
Yeah, I was high on them. Last
how far
year.
did they go in the
I watched
playoffs?
them.
They lost to Shaw in the
I watched.
second round.
I
of
watched
playoffs.
them at a 7-on-7
Yeah,
last
yeah.
summer at
It
UL,
was second round.
and they had athletes. And I remember a couple of those kids that we played in a tournament a few years back in Shreveport with our U team, and we played at Evangel. And I remember a couple of those kids, and I knew it was going to be something special.
Right.
But Peyton Houston has arrived. Y'all thoughts on the quarterback and how special he could be throughout his career there?
Yeah, the sky's the limit for him there.
Yeah. Look out. I mean,
He's a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The E is back. That's all I can say, man. Anytime you used to see that E and that you get intimidated, I don't care what anybody would say. When you saw that E on that helmet, you were intimidated because they were so good. Then they fell off. Well, guess what? Like you said, they're back
You follow Peyton Houston on Twitter, don't you?
People who,
X.
on X.
yeah, I think he follows me. I don't really follow high school.
Okay.
Can I get his autograph? Can you put in a good word for me?
That's right.
Yeah, I
There's
guess
actually
at
a
some
few
point,
kids.
you
I
know.
got kids from Wichita Parish. Was that Dylan? Well, he's a defensive tackle for them. I got a few kids who follow me from that area.
Yeah, I got a kid that's a senior at Cecilia that's working where I am right now, big offensive lineman or whatnot. So hopefully, we're hoping that he can get some offers in pretty soon.
Okay.
Riker Earhart is his name's like 6'7", 6'8".
Come on.
So Chris might be a little bit familiar with him, but considering that I played him twice last year, but
Not a factor.
yeah. But yeah, hoping he can get some eyes on him this year.
UTL takeaway number 4. Ruston and Neville lived up to the hype. 20-15 Bearcats win. This could be the district championship game down the road. I'm here for part 2.
Man, they loaded. Rustin is loaded.
Right.
When we played those kids, remember 4 years ago we went to the Jamboree in Ruston, in Monroe, and that's the same team those kids were playing, and they were special, bro. They real good. And they schedule that they got this year, Lord,
Yeah, you saw that.
yeah, it's
They throw themselves into the fire immediately, but they're not afraid of it.
Neville
No.
moves up to 5A this year.
Evangel too.
They square off in district in the Jamboree, and then look at this. They meet up in district down the road. So, Jamboree lived up to the hype. I can about imagine what's in store when they meet in district play.
Yeah.
Hey, takeaway number 5. There was a beautiful tribute that was made for the Ed Daniels family with all 4 teams from that jamboree joining in at midfield. Archbishop Shaw, St. Aug, Brother Martin, John Arrett all stood there, and as they gave a beautiful tribute to the Ed Daniels family. So our prayers are still with that family.
Right.
Yep.
Correct.
How about the battle of the state champions, Union Parish and Calvary Baptist? Union scores in the final minute to get a 28-27 victory. Part 2 will be week 7. That will be an epic night for sure. One to remember. What y'all think, fellas? I mean,
I think that's one of those games that you can't take a lot from a jamboree, because when you're playing later in the season like that, you know, hey, let's get through it, get a little work, and get out of here. We'll see them again down the road.
sure.
I don't think that was a little work. The scores don't reflect a little work.
28-27 in the jamboree.
Yeah.
28-27 in 2 quarters,
And
basically.
They
they
showed
put up
that
some
the
points for
offenses
sure,
are, the
especially
offenses
from-
are rolling.
Yeah.
So that tells you Union, Calvary, they got their eyes on the dome again.
Yeah, they gonna be something to be reckoned with.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Inside sources here.
Yeah, you saw that, huh?
There it is.
The starters.
Yeah.
Week 7, we'll see what happens when they meet again.
Yeah.
How about this, Gary? This one's for you.
What's that?
Lafayette Christian Academy answers a lot of questions and cruises to a win over Lake Charles College Prep 34-12.
Right.
Braylon Walker, new quarterback, will be the next great one to come out of Lafayette Parish.
BJ. Talked with his dad the other day. He say, Chris, he is.
What is he, a sophomore or junior?
He is a junior.
Junior.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got 2 years to.
So we're
to
gonna hear from him a little bit
His
more.
first year, his freshman year, he had to sit out.
Okay.
And, he got some action last year when Jawan was there.
In garbage time.
Right, and I think he played receiver too.
Okay.
But he was destined to be a quarterback. I watched the kid, youth football. He was good. He's good, and he gonna take over.
Yeah.
Right.
Gary, you thought the run was over, my friend. You said you thought they could be a down year, but here we go again.
It could be, but you got to look at
What they graduated.
what they graduated and everything like that. So, but
And
the
the
fact
schedule.
that they have someone coming up that's capable, but you got to look at that schedule too. You got to look at who are they playing and everything like that. Will they be able to come out on top of that? Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
I mean, they're not in that same district anymore with STM and.
Back in 2A. Here they,
Yeah, they're back
here
in
they come.
2A, so they
They're
might
back in 2A. So
it
that's
might
what-
swing a little bit better as far as like
LCA
straight to
and Calvary
schedule
Baptist
goes
is on
their
a
way.
collision course.
So, but I mean, it's a good point that you make though. But the schedule might be a little. I don't want to say easier, but
I mean,
it might
they- I
work
mean,
a
they
little
do
more
get-
in their favor.
district.
They do get
For the district, so.
they do get finalist Rummel out the gate in
Yeah.
week 1.
That free
Yeah,
district
they're
schedule
non
is
they're
not
non
easy.
district is
And
Yeah.
week 2
legit.
they got Karen Crow. I think.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like,
Hello,
that's
somebody.
a Friday. I'm like,
Be like, going, oh my gosh.
My 8th takeaway from week 1. Hineville starting to raise some eyebrows. Their scrimmage and their jamboree. Defense pitched back-to-back shutouts. What do we need to know about Hineville? Why are the eyebrows starting to get raised over there?
Remember, it was young.
Yeah.
It was young.
New coaches
and-
there.
Right, they was young, so they, in that area that they always produce good, teams at certain times.
Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody in the chat, but I think the scrimmage was a shutout with St. James, and I think the jamboree was a shutout with Fountain Blue. Is that right?
I don't know. We got Troy. Troy ain't.
It was shutout for us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, back-to-back shutouts. I mean, when you're working on stuff, you don't just shut teams out.
Right.
You're gonna have some things that happen where you got to fix. But those guys look like we need to keep a close eye out on.
And we're gonna do that. But this week is gonna determine which way they're gonna go. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're going to be pretty darn good this year. I mean, they'll make the playoffs. I'm sure.
Yeah, but like we got new blood there at the head coach, and it looks like those guys are playing with some confidence. 21-0 over St. James, 27-0 over Fountain Blue.
Yep.
So here we
Thank
go.
you, Brady. Yeah.
Takeaway number 9, St. Thomas More is ready for 5A. After shutting out Southside a week ago, Cougars primed to make another run at the state title. Boys, I mean, they moved up, but they're still ready for the moment.
How does that? They're in the same 4A district.
And they're just electing to play up.
Well, they're electing to play select
Okay,
division
but they're
one
electing to play
instead
up,
of two.
But their district, they still have.
They're playing 4A district.
They're playing 4A district, but they're playing select.
Division one
select.
playoff.
Okay,
Division
so
one
Evangel
select.
elected to play up, but they playing in the 5A district.
Yep.
Yeah,
So what's
So,
the difference?
You got me.
it's just
I mean,
they were
even in basketball, if you look at it,
They played Division 1 in basketball and played Division 2 in football last year.
yeah, they played Division 2 non-select last year, but they're playing Division 1 not non-select, select, but yeah, they moved up
Enter Brayton.
divisions. So
yeah, I mean it's
4A numbers, electing to play up. You just can't elect to play down, as I guess.
right, but
That's like LCA was
but if you're electing
2A numbers
but if
playing
you're
up.
electing to play up, you should be playing up in the 5A district.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think it's all just weird with the new playoff brackets because
I mean, they're the only team pretty much do that
you know, just like
because
Yeah.
because the LCA elected to play up, and they moved it to the 4A district.
yeah, it was
You know?
because they're going from
It doesn't matter where you're
Division
going
2
from.
select to
It
Division
doesn't-
3.
It
If I'm
doesn't
not
matter
mistaken,
where you're
correct?
going from. You're still electing to play up.
Yeah.
When you play up, you play in that district that you're playing up in. So they would be in that 5A
So they would
district.
be in that Acadiana district
Right.
is what you're getting at.
Right.
I have no idea.
I mean, you
and in
would
basketball,
think so, yeah.
and in basketball, they playing in 4A, and in the playoffs,
Division 1.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
they
know.
went from Division 2 to Division 1 select. I'm not
That's
I'm
above my
not
pay
100%
grade,
sure
bro.
why that's like that.
Figure
so
that
we'll
out
see.
yet.
I mean,
Somebody want to figure it out in the chat for us? We'll move on to takeaway number 10 from last week. And our last takeaway, St. Aug. I hear they're scary good. I hear they could be a sleeper in Catholic League under Coach Valdez. What they did to Destrehan, what they did to Shaw. Watch out for St. Aug this year, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, they got the number one player in the country on that DN. He is everything he projected to be. He's real good.
yeah, definitely keep your eye out on them.
That's my boss.
Which one?
Nick Perkins.
He's in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Nick's in the chat, Alex.
Come on. Any other things, takeaways wise, that really caught your interest from last week?
I'm not sure if you. Well, that's last week Jamboree. I think they're gonna do it this week. But the name of the field at Eunice,
Yes, we
Yeah.
talked about it last week. Yeah.
IL Chalk
Yeah.
name of the field. Yeah.
well deserved.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
100%.
I want to mention this too: is that St. Edmunds put a logo on their helmet in memory of a young man that was special to my family. He's my niece-in-law. That was her father. It's Tom Dodge. He passed away suddenly, and they put actually because he would do all the photography for them, and they put actually this year they have a camera that they put on their helmet, a camera logo, just in memory of Tom Dodge with TD on it. And
Nice.
I just think that that's awesome that they did that because he was a big part of Eunice athletics. You know, he was very key to getting this helmet as far as that. But I mean, he was a very big supporter of St. Edmunds, and he was always around Eunice. So all I can say is that was an awesome gesture, and I think it just shows how much that he is missed, and you know how much they appreciated everything he did.
Holden, you got any takeaways from the Jamboree week?
Oh, that's what I said earlier. You know, I was reading and I was told a few things. Just a lot of teams, like, okay, so like, use it for instance. I talked to the defensive line coach at Fountain Blue on Twitter. They pulled their starters after the third drive into the first quarter. The score was actually closer, and so as Calvary scored, you know, because they pulled their starters out. It's just I can't judge everything right now.
It's gonna be a tough year.
It just now I'm not discrediting nothing because that's still impressive to shut out anybody.
Right.
Because like I said earlier, it's all about the depth, and it goes to show you how good your younger kids, like Jordy said earlier, get more playing time and come up. It's just now this is where it counts. This is where I can at least get. I know you get better as the week goes, but this gives me a better idea in week one of where everybody's at.
There was a comment in the chat that I would like to read at this time. Mr. Jason says, prayers for Jackson Furman, quarterback for Central Wildcats of Baton Rouge. He was in a car accident today.
Oh my goodness.
Well, soon, man.
So
Man, that's rough.
we're thinking about him at this time. We want to send our prayers to the young man from Central Baton Rouge.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so we did UTL top 10 small, top 10 large schools a week ago. Division 1s and 2 determines your large. Division 3 and 4 determines your small. No particular order here. We did have some shift in the rankings this week, okay?
All right.
So
Okay.
I need to know if my rankings are good, my rankings suck. I need to know if some teams need to come out, some teams need to go in. That's what the panel's here for. Y'all let me know,
Just to
okay?
make sure public and private all from
Yes.
1 and 2 and
I'm gonna just go ahead and say that.
Yeah, because I didn't get to
already.
catch last week's show.
Okay.
So
Damn. Older.
Yeah. So small schools, Division 3 through 4. Here's my UTL rankings going into week 1. No particular order. Oak Grove, Union Parish, Calvary Baptist, Lafayette Christian Academy, Notre Dame, Dunham, Amite, Vermilion Catholic, Catholic in New Iberia, Welsh. Did I leave anybody? Did I have 10 right there?
yeah, that was 10.
All right, you got the list there. Welsh, Oak Grove, Union Parish, Amite, Vermilion Catholic, Dunham, Notre Dame, Lafayette Christian Academy, Calvary Baptist, and Catholic in New Iberia. Who should be in? Who should be out? Amite with the big win over Southern Live last week. Welsh looked really stinking good in their jamboree. Catholic New Iberia, we're high on now. Dunham's good. Notre Dame's good. Calvary, LCA, Union Parish, the whole 9 yards, and Vermilion Catholic is really good. Anybody? Y'all talk to me.
I think that's a good
I
start.
think I left one out, and I'll get back to them in a minute.
I think that's a good start. But until we see a full game
Yes.
under their belt, we don't know.
And I
Think of
don't
it as like the preseason.
And I
like
don't
college
even think, I
football
don't even
rankings.
think this week's gonna determine. I think after a week,
2, 3, something like that.
Yeah, because you got some small
Three.
schools that are
Yeah.
gonna
I
probably
think
break.
you got a lot of top 10 teams playing each other
Right, correct.
the first week. So that doesn't determine if they should be out of the top 10 or
Right.
drop. I mean, that's just they played a top 10 team in each
Right.
other.
Yeah, think about some schools that could end up making like a big statement and maybe argue their way in the top 10. Like I don't know, like Kentwood of Oils, something like that. It'll be
You can't underestimate the ruse.
And
yeah.
then Washita Christian was left out somehow here. Brings up Mangum. That's Gina. Gina looked really good in their jamboree.
What about
Bunk-
Logansport? How do they do?
Logansport, Bunkie, all these teams should be somewhere in this top 10. But going with this list for now, and it's definitely going to have some movement after week one.
Definitely, yeah.
Hey, did Logansport finish their stadium renovation?
And then St. James, really, really young this year.
Right.
No, okay.
Really, really young this year. That's why I kept them out. And Sterlington, the last few weeks, have not played up to par. So let them get back into the top 10.
Right.
Yep.
They got to play their way in.
And it's your top 10.
Yeah.
Yes, mine. Bunkie and Marksville tied in their jamboree. So bad weather there. So going off with the jamborees here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Union really surprised me
Yeah. They did.
against Calvary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Amite shutting out Southern Lab. I had to throw them in here. How about large schools?
Yeah, let's do it.
Division 1 and 2. No particular order. Dutchtown, Neville, Ruston, Opelousas High, St. Thomas More, Edna Carr, St. Aug, Catholic of Baton Rouge, Alexandria, and ULAB is my top 10 this week. Alexandria enters this week. St. Aug enters this week to join the field. What do we think? Like it, hate it? Don't put it down again.
There's so many good schools, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the top.
Yeah.
That
To
list
start,
right there for top
to
10.
And we-
start, that's good.
And what
To
we
start,
saw,
it's fine.
what we saw from Ash these last 2 weeks. Watch out
Right,
for
yeah.
Alexandria, my man.
Yeah, they should be really good this year. I mean, I know there's going to be a few big schools that say, hey, maybe you should put us in that top 10.
And
You know.
And then ULAB is, along with OHS, the only two 4As here.
Correct.
Well, ULAB's more of a 3A playing up
Playing
in
up to
Division
4,
2.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
And mostly the schools you named, they playing in what? Select.
Yeah, they're in the
Yep,
select
So
So,
only got two
uh,
non-select teams.
So guess
in
what
it.
happens to this top 10 next week?
It's gonna all be.
It's going to be all finagled
have-
and
You'll have about 5 new teams. He mentions West Monroe. West Monroe lost to Evangel. Why isn't Evangel in here yet? We'll see what happens against Neville this week.
Yeah.
And just like you said, you got a Alexandria team. They play Westfield this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Westfield ain't no
they're no
pushover
pushovers.
either. So
No.
you know,
Westgate goes steamroll Lake Charles College Prep this week. Watch where they land.
Right.
Right back in here.
Right.
Yeah.
but this is my thing with it. Do you get? I know you get points, but if if you're playing a weak team and when you're supposed to win,
Mm-hmm.
does that catapult you up or just keep you right there?
And I think it just depends as the season goes along. If that week
No,
team
after that
you-
one. No, after that.
Oh, you're talking just for the
just one-
rankings.
Just 1 week.
Go about which teams are playing their best football right now
Okay.
going
Okay.
into the season. So I mean, if you go and play somebody that you're supposed to beat by 80 the week before, and then here comes Neville and Evangel, and then Acadiana and Ruston. So obviously, winners of that one's going to get.
Right.
So there we
Because
go.
you could easily have Cecilia Northwest in there.
Could have
Right.
Lutcher,
Yep.
um,
STM look good in their jamboree.
Right.
So
possibly
OHS defending state champs.
possibly even Southside. Southside's supposed to be really good this year, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're gonna figure it out
But again,
pretty darn
that's
quickly.
your top 10.
Yeah.
Mine. None of these guys on the panel.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be we're gonna figure it out pretty quickly how all these dominoes are gonna fall. So you know,
Yeah. Lecture too.
Yep. It's just to give something to talk about
Right.
as we move on with the show.
Yep.
And you guys didn't come here to talk about rankings. You guys come here to find out our picks.
Yeah.
So let's go and do that at this time.
We could
So-
talk about rankings.
It's a good thing we don't do a top 10 1 through 10 order, and we just say particular. Because that
that's
would
pound
get
for pound rankings right there.
that-
Yeah, something like that. That's a
Yeah.
good way to put it. I like that. Pound for pound.
That
You
would
know.
get dicey. I use that as going off of the jamborees and scrimmages and going into week 1.
And what the teams had last year.
Yeah.
Yep, last year,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So
This is where it starts.
Right.
left
Yeah.
off a lot of good teams. Let's go week 1, Thursday night football. If you would like to follow along with the panel and put your picks into the chat, go ahead and do that at this time. We're gonna start off. We'll keep our records throughout the whole season. So let's get this rolling. Thursday night football. We start off with Peabody at LaGrange. So the War Horses, I think this was supposed to be their home game, got switched last minute. I think there was a problem at the stadium, so LaGrange now will be the home team here. Who gets that first win of the season? Does Harry Coleman start off 1-0 here? LaGrange gets an early win in this campaign. Good matchup between the two teams.
Yeah, I got to go with Peabody on this. You know, Lagrange just not there yet. Peabody is building it back to where they used to be, so I'm gonna go with Peabody.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Peabody. Harry doing a dang
Yeah.
good job over there, man. To say that's a basketball school.
Me too. I'm gonna go with Peabody, and I agree with you.
Holden?
Yeah, Peabody, they're young this year. You know, they're going to have their ups and downs, but I got them beating LaGrange.
Peabody should definitely win this game. I'd be a little bit surprised. Lagrange has been down for quite a bit, and maybe they'll be a little bit better this year. But Peabody should take care of business.
Yeah, let's go Peabody across the board to get our 2024 picks underway. Let's go game number 2. It is Rose Pine at Westlake. I'm hearing good things about Westlake. They had the lead last week against a good Iowa team is what I was told. Come back, Iowa won that football game. Rose Pine, it looks like it's going to be another rebuilding year in store, but could surprise us here in week 1. Who wins it? Westlake, Rose Pine?
Yeah, Westlake could be a contender in that district. They're still young, but a lot of talent and very well coached. So I got Westlake going pretty good there.
Yeah, Westlake was real young last year. They took their bumps and bruises, but they kept fighting, and I'm gonna roll with Westlake with this.
Me too.
Westlake.
I'm gonna take Westlake as well.
It's going to be Westlake across the board. I see their football coach follows our page, so thank you for following Under the Lights. Good luck this upcoming season, my man. Let's go Grand Lake and East Beauregard. Two teams right here familiar with each other. Played back in the district a couple years back. Now we have a meeting here in week 1, Thursday night football. Remember, could be some bad weather conditions, but these two teams are going to run the football, and they're going to run it for 4 quarters, so they're not going to be in a bind here. Who wins it?
I like Grand Lake. They're moving up this year too, I believe. I like to see what they do on the ground in a little bit higher classification, but Grand Lake's going to roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Grand Lake also.
Yeah, me too.
I think East Bow's going to give them a good game, but I got Grand Lake.
Grand Lake close. It'll be like 20-14 or something.
Yeah, I think I don't see much points scored here, but you know what? I'll be the odd man out. I'll go East Beauregard at home.
It's not a bad pick. I thought about taking them. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's go Delcom at Centerville. Becoming a little friendly rivalry here week 1. They seem to play each other every year week 1 and get us going on the Thursday night. Delcom, Centerville. It's been back and forth this series. Delcom got them 1 year. Centerville got them 1 year. Who gets them this year, Alex?
I like Centerville. That coach was on the panel last year, and I like what they got going over there. I think Centerville's got a little more than Delcom.
Yeah, I'm same here with Centerville.
Me too.
I went with Delcom.
Come on now.
I'm gonna take Centerville in this one. So I got a friend that coaches. He's at the middle school now, but he was coaching high school.
Yeah.
Scott. I'm gonna roll with Centerville. I usually pick them. So
Shout out to both coaches. They were on the coaches' interviews over the summer. So thank you again for those guys. Great friends to the show. Centerville wins this one at home. Let's go Iota at Opelousas Catholic. Gonna tear up the field before the Tigers get to play on it Friday, my friend. Iota, we saw them last week, Gary. Really good offensive line. You saw them against Sacred Heart, and you got the quarterback Peyton Renfro really, really good. Opelousas Catholic, injury bug has hit the team, and it's a big injury.
Yeah.
Can they pull it together this week and go get a big win at home? Time will tell. Alex, who wins it?
Yeah, I got Iota. OC, if they were completely healthy, you might have a good game here, but Iota's going to have too much for them.
Yeah, I'm saying it was, even if the OC was healthy, I was still picking Iota.
Okay.
Right. Not the same here. I think Iota's going to be a little bit too much for them right now.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Iota also.
I'll pick Iota as well. I was thinking about going all the way, but I didn't know about the injury, so.
I got Iota, and we're going to go across the board.
Yep.
And let's go to ERAV at Loreauville. I see my guy in the chat, Mr. Bryson, Loreauville alum. So shout out to him. Can't wait till you get back over here to make some picks with us, my guy. ERAV, we saw him last week and saw some good things. Number 3 is a special player. He can make an impact in this game, but Loreauville, I think they're loaded this year. What you think, Alex?
Yeah, I'm going Loreauville all the way.
Yeah, they definitely loaded. They got a kid by the name of Thomas Carter Jr. He will be real special for them. So they got a quarterback and a receiver combo over there. So Loreauville.
Okay. Holden?
Jory, Erath always reminds me of though. They always a 7-win program almost every year, 6-7 win program. But
Well, coach.
yeah, very good coach. I'm rolling with Loreauville. I really like that program. Me and Jordy's been going to them since they had the Twins. A lot of people don't remember that playing for them. I think it was a quarterback
And the receiver.
and the receiver.
Yeah.
They were some dogs.
They went to UL.
They were good.
Enoch, you going with the panel, or you going against the grain here?
Man, I almost always take Lorville. I got a soft spot for him. My dad went to high school there. You
Okay.
know, I've had a lot of cousins that have played for him. I always pull for the Tigers, so let's go Lorville.
There we go.
D-Rad's gonna score, man. They just
I think this game will be good.
they always 6-7 win team right either right in the playoff at
There we
you
go.
know,
So
Yeah, they're
Coach-
consistently consistent. For sure.
Coach Isaac gives us his name, number 3, Mason for ERAV. He can go. Saw it up close and personal at the Jamboree last week, and I agree 100% with that statement. He'll give them problems. I don't know the surrounding cast after that.
Yeah.
So they always a scrappy team, man.
All right, how about LHSA Network Game of the Week that they're streaming? Central of Baton Rouge at De La Salle. De La Salle, they moved down to, what is it, 3A this year? Central of Baton Rouge, year 2 under the new head football coach. So, and then they had the tragic news earlier with the car accident. So they're gonna be playing for a lot, and they were one of my teams that could be semifinal good this year. So Central Baton Rouge, are y'all on board here, or what y'all thinking?
Yeah, I'm rolling with them. You know, even with their quarterback, you know, we don't know the extent of the accident, but he
Right.
could be playing, could be not. We don't know. But I think Central is going to have too much no matter what.
Man, Central is loaded.
Yeah.
They got a running back transfer that came from Parkview.
Right.
Semino, and he's a hell of a coach over there.
Yeah, but that running back he's good.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So I'm going with Central here.
Gary?
Myself, I'm going Central. I think it's going to be a close game, good game, but I'll give Central the edge.
Holden?
I'm on the opposite. I still think Central rolls, man. I got Central making a good little run.
Yeah.
Semino's a good coach, man. That's a good team.
Yeah, they're gonna
And
play.
he's won everywhere he's been. He's got Catholic
Yeah.
of Ponca-Pee to the
Yeah.
Dome, Catholic of Baton Rouge to the Dome.
Last week I had Central making a run to the Dome, so my pick does not change.
Yeah, he lost with the last quarter of the playoff game.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You're not?
They're gonna rally around. They're gonna win that game for that kid, even if I think they would have won it anyway. But they got more motivation, I think, to win it. I think they'll rally around the kid and win that one for him.
Semifinal good. Let's see if they go further than that. Central Baton Rouge with the win here. I don't know what it is.
He knows all the teams in 318.
Okay, here we go. Line it up.
My buddy Ant.
Church Point at North Vermilion. Coach Poole versus Coach Moy here in this one. Battling Bears, Patriots live Thursday night. Saw North Vermilion last week. Coach told me earlier this week the most physical football team will win this football game. That's what they're relying on. Patriots and Battling Bobcats. So expect a physical contest. We'll see who comes out of it.
Bearcats.
Yeah, that one. What I said?
Bobcats.
Yeah, the
Church
Battling
Point Bears.
Bobcats. I was looking at the
Battling
E.
Bears.
Church Point Bears.
I was looking at the E when I was talking to you.
No matter what, I'm going Church Point here. It's going to be interesting. Church Point is probably going to find a new ball carrier than they've had last couple of years. North Vermilion's still kind of figuring it out, but I think at the end, Church Point's going to be able to take it home.
Yeah, you said the most physical team will win. That's Church Point, man. They proven to be physical every year. They ain't never stopped.
I love Coach Moore, but I have a gut feeling Church Point's going to be a little bit too much. They're ready. Coach Moore is going to have to get his philosophy in there or before they can start. And at Church Point, it's already there.
Hold.
Man, it's a tough game. I think it's gonna be sloppy, nasty.
Two teams that run the football.
It's probably gonna be like a 6-12 type of game because a missed field goal is something. You know, it's just. I'm rolling with Church Point.
Give me the upset. I'm taking North Vermilion.
Okay. Enoch, you're
I'll
not
be the odd man
alone.
out on this. Okay.
You're not
okay.
alone, my
I was
friend.
about to say I was gonna be odd man out.
I'm going North Vermilion home opener for the Patriots. Coach Moy gets win number 1 under
Yep.
the helm. All right, tomorrow night live on Under the Lights. I have no pick here.
Am I allowed to pick this one?
You don't have a pick here,
All right,
and who else is coming with?
Jake.
So we're good. So
Yeah, we're good.
You
All right.
won't pick this game. I won't pick this game, but the rest of the panel can pick it. Alex,
I'll mark you, but no one's gonna know.
Jennings, Iowa. I heard they said you don't need much of a roster because you're gonna hear 3 names the whole night for Jennings. And Iowa coming off of a big a senior class that graduated. I'm ready to see what they have here in 2024. There should be some fun down there in Moss Bluff on tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tuning in myself because we got Jennings in a few weeks, so I'm gonna be interested to see them early. After seeing that jamboree with Iowa and Westlake, Westlake's a tough-nosed team. I think Jennings is gonna have too much for Iowa. They're gonna run the ball, keep the ball in their hands. Jennings is gonna get the win.
Yeah, I'm
picking.
Jennings too. They was a young team last year. New head coach. They had
Coach Fiedler.
they had to put a system in. They had to buy in. That's the main thing. And I'm gonna roll with Jennings.
Me too.
Iowa lost a lot.
If Iowa was at home, would y'all change y'all pick?
No.
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 Iowa has 22 seniors this year.
Said I actually have Jennings making a good little run. I think they're low this year. Jory knows how I
Pick
feel.
your favorite team.
Picking Iowa.
There you go.
Man.
I'm excited to see these two teams play. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't pick this one, but I'm excited for this game for sure. So, never seen either one of these play. I've seen Iowa in a scrimmage my senior year
playing
in high school.
Saturday,
That's
right?
it.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Y'all see what me and Enoch went with?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They lost a lot, but dude, they still always have.
Somebody bring you some cookies tomorrow.
Oh, Crave
Yeah,
Crave cookies
Crave cookies.
on
Dude,
deck. Sorry.
no, bring something Friday.
Sorry.
Hey, tell them
They
bring
ain't
you
making
some.
it home.
What is
buddy.
Crave Cookies?
We'll
What is
cash
that?
app you.
You'll find out.
Cookie that's
Look,
about
they got
that
one in
big and about
Lafayette.
that thick.
No, they ain't got nothing.
Oh,
like
that's
that
Crumble,
Like
my
this.
bad.
Don't-
I've had Crumble. Crumble's
find
very
No,
good.
no, don't
These
mess with
cookies
Crumble.
are the best.
Don't mess with Crumble. Crave will change your life.
Just tell them.
Where,
bring you some
where is
extra-
Crave at?
Wait, I was her son's biggest
I'm assuming we're making
fan.
a stop there. All
I
right,
saw him
cool.
first.
I was her son's biggest fan.
Just give me the address.
We will
We're making
call.
a
We'll
stop
order
there.
it
All right.
online. We'll have it
There you go.
delivered. What do you think?
Google it.
Google Crave.
It's
Lake
gonna be a
Charles,
fight this game.
Is it Lake Charles?
It's gonna be a fight this game, y'all. Just
for some cookies.
Not in Iowa?
It's gonna be a
No,
fight for
they're
some
like-
cookies.
Fight for y'all. You're gonna
They
fight for
got- they play the
cookies.
same.
I'm gonna get
Oh no,
definitely
the
gonna get one.
Oh,
I'm winning that fight.
All right, so Kinder and Welsh was moved to Saturday. So we will pick that game real quick. I have no pick. Gary has no pick. And I think Jake's coming. You won't be there, you won't be there. you
Yeah,
won't be there.
I'm
okay,
working.
so
What's
that's
up,
good.
Coach?
Me and Gary will not pick this game. Gary, who you got right here? Let me know.
Mhm.
Let me see.
What's up, Coach?
Which one, Gary? That one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alex, who wins? Saturday. Kinder Welsh, 11 a.m.
it's gonna be a battle, man. But I think Welsh has a little bit more this year than Kinder. Give me Welsh.
Welsh.
And dude, this has become, like you said, a rivalry, a fun game, man. Oh man, I like both. Man, give me Welsh.
Welsh because they're at home. I think if it was the other way around, I might have been tempted to take Kinder, but I'm gonna take Welsh because they're at home.
Enoch, Gary, Jordan. Welsh, Kinder, what a great rivalry. I hate to see it at 11 a.m., but I understand the problems that they ran with a couple years ago with start, stop, come back the next day to try to finish the game. So they didn't want to have to go through it again. Completely understand, and we're going to get it in 11 a.m. Saturday live on Under the Lights. So right after you finish with College Game Day, tune in to Under the Lights, because I'm sure you don't want to see a boring 11 a.m. college football game. You'd rather watch some high school football.
That's right.
I don't know. Michigan didn't play at 11.
Oh, here we go.
No, boy. Throw something at that boy.
We ain't gonna have nothing. I'm gonna have Crave cookies 2 days in a row.
That's right.
You better save me.
I go and get Crave cookies 2 days in a row. 2 years ago, couldn't finish the second game either. So there you go. Couldn't even finish that one. So they don't want to make that same mistake again. They want to get it in, and we'll see Saturday. Friday night football. How about Holly's Lock of the Week starts out with a 1-0?
Oh.
We have to start out 1-0 and get on a roll, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What her record was last year?
So we have 15 weeks, right?
Yeah.
14 weeks we did with her, and we didn't do the last week because we announced the baby announcement. So she was 12-2 last year.
Okay.
Nice.
So 12-2 record last year.
And she was not happy.
So we're gonna start off with a win this week. Holly's lock of the week will be Mamu over Bolton.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Holly's lock of the week, Mamu over Bolton. We're going 1-0, and then we're gonna steamroll the rest of the way and try to get a 14-0, 15-0 record here going into the state championship.
I like the way Holly thinks. I'm rolling with Mamu. They're on the uptrend, and I think Bolton's still trying to figure out everything at that school. So give me Mamu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Coach Lamb gonna get his first win.
Yeah, first win.
Definitely.
You always remember the first one.
Yeah.
Definitely. Same.
Shoot, Mamu had won like what 5-6 games last year, right?
They won
New coach this year.
Yeah.
5, yeah. Yeah.
I'm rolling. No, I'm rolling with Mamu too. Seems like they starting to get a little bit better.
Everybody across the board here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my move as well.
Yeah, and good luck to the Green Demons. Great leadership over there this year at Mamu. Got some friends of ours on the coaching staff, so looking forward to see what they do this season. Sure, we'll be doing some yelling on Friday night for the recap show.
Right.
All right, let's go Westminster of Opelousas against Pine Prairie. Who wins this one? Pine Prairie, new head football coach there. Westminster, year 2 of under Coach Byron Porter. Who starts off 1-0?
Westminster. Pine is struggling. It's going to take a while, so give me Westminster.
Yeah, same here with Westminster.
Coach Mikey's over
I
there
know
now.
Mikey's at Pine Prairie, and I hate to do this, but I gotta go with my head. I think Westminster's going to be a little bit too much.
Okay, Holden.
So I don't know too much about. Well, I know much, but I haven't watched much this year on them. So I'm gonna roll with Westminster.
I'll take Westminster as well. I hope the new coach at Pine Prairie can figure it out and get them some wins, whether it be this year or next year. I hope we can build something there.
Yeah.
Because it'd be nice to see them. It'd be nice to see them in a better spot than it was when he came in. So.
We'll go Westminster across the board. Ladies and gentlemen, stick with us because when I turn this page in a little while,
It's going to be wows.
it's gonna ramp up, and some of these games are coin flip type of games.
Just wait, y'all.
Vinton at Oberlin. Who wins it?
Oberlin.
Oberlin.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm taking Oberlin as well.
We're gonna go Oberlin across the board.
The Vinton might be decent this year, maybe from what I've heard, but I don't know for sure if that's.
Oberlin, all 20 of them, they're
That's
coming in and
what I've heard
they're gonna hit you in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton Christian at the Quincy. Does the Quincy get their 1-0 starter, or Hamilton Christian too much athletes?
This was tough for me, but I think just with the whole weather aspect, I feel like the Quincy's gonna be able to run the ball. Give me the Quincy.
The Quincy.
Yeah, me too.
Don't tell me it's gonna be the first time we ever all go across the board.
For DeQuincy?
Yeah,
Probably.
Jake's gonna sleep good tonight.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. He'll be
Hold
like,
about the
he
flip.
going to do a backflip.
Hold about the flip.
Are we getting
script.
it not so fast like the Corso?
Give me Hamilton.
Hamilton
There you
Christian for
go.
Holden.
The Quincy always burns me.
Always burns.
Yeah.
I'm
Always
taking the
burns
Quincy.
Holden.
I think the Quincy will win a close game.
Yeah, I like the Quincy at home. Establish the running game and make this a game that Hamilton Christian doesn't like to play in. I guess you could say rainy weather, can't throw the football, and this fits right into their style.
Correct.
Jake, I don't want to hear it. Last time I listened to you last year, y'all lost by 30.
Beauchamp at Rain. Saw Rain last week. The Wheeler kid is really stinking good. The quarterback, number 22, a lot of quarterback power. Run like Taysom Hill package for him. So 22-6. That is the guys you got to look out for this year for Rain.
They got that same running back from last year, Jordan?
No.
No, he was talented.
He graduated.
But Wheeler's is a dog.
Yeah.
He's a real deal.
Rain.
Rain.
I'm going with Rain also.
I'm gonna take Rain as well.
Come on.
Whoa.
I'm gonna pick with my head here. I think I want to see what they do. I do
Alex
think Rain will
would
win
never.
this game. It's a decent litmus test, you know. But
Alex could play it in the car.
week 2 gonna be a different story. I'll
Alex
just say
would
that.
Never.
Week 2 is going to be a different story for
You
sure.
pick Bullshit?
No, you
I'm
picked
taking
Reigns.
Rain this week.
That's what I
But
said.
what I'm saying.
week
That's
2 is
why
going to be a
Rain
different
out.
story. You know who I'm taking all the way
New
for that
season, new
game.
me.
Rain also.
So-
You gonna find
I'm
out.
going to pick with my head, so, you know.
Picking Poor Barrett next week too, huh?
Nope.
Let's see. Ville Platte at Northside. Ville Platte, new leadership there. It seems like they have the thing going in the right direction. It's just a really tough week 1 game for them guys. Northside, they've got it going over there
Yeah.
with head football coach over there.
Yeah, Northside's building something. Always a lot of athletes, a lot of size. Yeah, really good coaching staff. Northside's gonna roll.
Man, both Bill Platt got some athletes.
Yeah,
They
and,
do,
and
too,
they,
man.
and they got
They do.
the new coach in
Bill
this
Platt
year.
got some athletes. The only.
It's just a tough week 1 draw.
I'm not gonna say that either, but
I think the game, I haven't said who I'm going to pick yet, but I think that game's winnable for either team.
yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
gonna,
I
this is
think
going to be a
so,
good
too.
game.
Picking Ville Platte.
No, I think Northside this week.
Debut on the new turf.
Yeah,
I'm pick Northside.
me too.
Garrett?
The
Yeah,
Bill
Northside.
Platt gonna be tough this
I
year.
think it's gonna be a good, tough game, but I think Northside being at
Northside
home.
plays St. Martinville
Yeah.
close at the Jamboree.
Right.
Holden?
I like Northside.
You
Oh,
not?
man, this was tough because, like I said, I think this game's going to be good. I think it's one of those sneaky good games. I'll take the upset. Give me Bill Platt.
There we go.
Go.
Now, whenever they think back to this episode,
It'll be close.
And
It'll be
there's an
low
upset?
scoring, I
we'll
believe.
say we didn't go across the board.
Yeah, it'll be close. It'll be low scoring, but I think Bill Platt can pull it off.
How about Washington Marion at Abbeville? Abbeville, brand new head football coach over there. Coach Zenon comes in. Washington Marion, but they got some talent over there. They just got to put it together. Can they give Abbeville trouble here?
Not this year.
Abbeville
Abbeville.
lost a lot, but we'll see.
Coach Sullivan's gonna watch the Marion.
I'm not sure.
I think so.
I'm gonna go with Abbeville. I know Coach Zenon gonna get those
Oh, yeah.
fired up to play.
Yeah.
I'm going with them too.
It's hard to beat them at home. I'm going with Abbeville.
I'm taking Abbeville. Washington Marion ain't quite there yet, and I met Coach Zenon last year. He's a super cool guy. I can't root against them. You know.
Yeah, I like what you said. They're tough to beat at home. I agree. Give me Abbeville. Como at South Terrebonne. Como moves down to 4A this year with all 90-something players on their roster. South Terrebonne, I have no clue. I don't know anything about them. So this is one of those. Do we go with the hometown team?
Shot in the dark.
I got a little bit of insight, and I'll talk about it.
Do we go with the hometown team here, or do we go on a limb here and give it to South Terrebonne? What the quarter landed on?
Maybe I say who won.
Heads
Heads is Como.
Heads is Como.
Heads is Como.
Here's a Como. Tells us South Terrebonne.
Heads.
Como.
South Terrebonne.
I'm
South
going
Terrebonne.
South Terrebonne.
I gotta see it from Como first.
It's kind of a prove me game.
Yeah. If,
Right,
you know,
and I'm messing with you, but the
You
thing
were
about
Como?
it is,
I'm Como.
I think if Como comes out and proves something, but man, they've been down for so long, and you know they've struggled. I mean, they've always had big teams,
Right.
but they just so I'm gonna go with
One
South
reason why I'm picking
Terrebonne.
them, that's the closer home team.
Right,
Yeah.
South. I'm gonna just go with South Terrebonne.
I'm rolling with Como.
I talked to one of the coaches on the way over here. Gave me a little bit of an insight. Feels that the Como team can be pretty darn good, and I think that I'll believe him. I'm taking Como to win week 1.
Yeah, I like Como also. I'm rooting for Coach Newsom over there. I think they have the right man. I just think it was a how you say that, a 2 to 3 to 5 year project where get better each year.
Yep.
Beautiful facility you got too.
Yeah.
Oh, the facility at Como. I mean,
South Terrebonne.
South Terrebonne. Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, no, wait, my bad.
They're playing.
No. But I was just saying the new facility they got is still pretty though for Como.
Oh yeah, definitely. They've always had a nice facility. They've been having a good facility for years. It's just
I think they next to get their turf field.
right.
They got it.
They got
They
it.
did get it.
Yeah.
Nice. The Ritter at South Bow. This one can get out of hand. This one can be a runaway. What y'all think?
the Ritter.
I I initially picked South
Hey,
Bowl,
hey.
but I'm going with DeRidder.
Derek,
Yeah, I think so too. DeRidder.
Holden,
I like the Ritter.
Enoch,
Give me the Dragons.
Dragons across the board. Okay, here we go. Lakeshore at Fountain Blue.
That's for
yes,
you.
Fountain Blue
Oh,
did
this is Holmes'
make
game
it
right here,
to
baby.
I'm about to
the-
drop some knowledge on these people real quick.
Fountain Blue did make it to the pick show
That's
tonight,
knowledge.
but showing some love to our guy, Coach Corey Brody,
We'll see what you say.
defensive coordinator at
Hold on, we'll put them up
Lakeshore.
on 3, 2, 1, we'll pick, so.
So, Lakeshore, Fountain Blue, who wins it?
Give me Fountain Blue.
Okay.
Smart man, because I'm about to drop some knowledge.
We ain't got all night.
Lakeshore.
It ain't all night.
Alex, Lakeshore. Garrett,
I'm going Lakeshore.
Holden,
So,
who do you like?
so no disrespect to any of the coaches.
Yes.
Don't like Lakeshore. This is a rivalry that's been going on since 2011. They just started football in 2011. We've
Wow.
won over 60% of the games. They haven't beat us since 19.
He Googled it.
Fountain Blue, baby.
We'll be
Won 2 years in a row.
We'll be talking on Friday night about them Titans.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he's probably going to talk if they beat us, but they haven't beat us in playing wise 2 years. They haven't beat us
Coach
since
Brody,
19.
are you in the chat? Enoch, who you like?
Give me Lakeshore.
You can pick them. You can pick them.
I'm gonna take Lakeshore.
Sebastian Miller's going to have about 250 receiving yards.
On a rainy night?
Mm-hmm.
Alex,
Louisiana.
Alex went Fountain Blue. Holden went Fountain Blue. I'm going Lakeshore. The defensive coordinator gets the job done. I'll go with the Brent in this
And
one.
if it's rain, it's pretty cool because we also got a back that we got a transfer from. He had 1,600 yards. Brennan Obey. Watch out for him for that game.
Brent Indes for the win.
We'll see. Hadn't happened in 2
Patterson
years.
Generette, boys. Let's go. Who wins it? Patterson Generette.
Generate. They look real good. this
Generate
summer.
by 40.
Yeah, Generate.
Generate takes care of business.
Generette across the board. Nice and sweet to the point. Red River could come in, give Catholic Appointed P problems here. A lot of talent and athletes on that team. Catholic Appointed P, we saw them last week. Let me see. How much did Holden pay you to put that game in the field? Red River Catholic Appointed P, who
You
wins
bought
it,
with
boys?
Dr. Pepper.
I like Catholic. Run the ball, keep the ball in their hands, keep it away from Red River's offense. Catholic.
Yeah, Catholic. Red River, they
Yeah.
didn't do too much well last year, so
Yeah.
just going off of last year.
I like Catholic also.
Enoch.
I'm taking Catholic Point Coupee. I think Red River might give them trouble for a half, but
Yeah.
Catholic Point Coupee will pull away at the end. I'm
Coach
sure.
Caroof goes 1-0. Catholic Appointed P gets the win here. Well, St. Ed's at Elton. Make the short trip down the road. Take on the Elton Indians. Blue Jays with their 2-quarterback system we saw in the Jamboree. We'll see what happens on Friday night. Who wins it, Alex?
I like St. Ed's.
Yeah, St. Ed.
Me too.
They got a nice passing attack.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Blue Jays.
Holden?
St. Ed's.
We're going to go St. Ed's across the board here. Lake Arthur at Basile. A game that has really been the talking point after week one these last few years. Not sure if that's the case this year. Basile, extremely young. Lake Arthur barely lost anybody off of last year's team. So you're looking at a veteran group. You're looking at a new group here. Who wins it?
Lake Arthur.
Yeah, same here, Lake Arthur.
Lake Arthur, yeah.
Yep.
I'll take Lake Arthur too.
And we're going to go Lake Arthur across the board. But Crowley at Port Barry. Can the Red Devils start off 1-0? Crowley got some athletes. Big D tackle coming in could give us some fits. Tell us why we win or lose this game, Alex.
Yeah, I like Crowley. Just too many athletes, too much size. Port Barry's not there yet.
Who scheduled this game?
I don't know.
Crowley.
Okay.
I'm going with the Port. I think they
Wasn't Crowley struggling last year? Or they're supposed to
Yeah,
do better this
they
year?
only won 2 or 3 games last year.
I'm
I
going
know
with
they
the
have
Port. I think that new offense is going
I know they had
to
a
spread them
disaster.
out, keep them moving. So look at
Yeah, but a wet ball night.
still. We'll see.
Holden?
Fort Berry.
Yeah, I still think even a wet night, I'm still rolling Port Barry.
Enoch?
I don't care if they lose.
Not sure how much better Crowley has gotten over last year. I know they had a rough year last year.
New
Port
coaching
Barry,
staff there
Totally
this
new
year.
coaching staff. Yeah.
totally new coaching staff.
Yep.
They may have a little bit of adjustment process. I say Port Barry gets a drop on them.
Okay. And I'll go with the Red Devils here. Start off 1-0. Maybe one of those guys can get a big stop late on defense, and I think it's gonna be an extremely close game. I'm not sure
I think it'll be fairly
I'm not
close.
sure you get much offense on Friday night with the bad weather that's coming in. So we'll see which defense stands up.
One thing Port Barry gonna do is play hard.
Oh yeah, they are.
How about Kaplan at Ascension Episcopal? Kaplan really took it to Church Point a week ago. Ascension Episcopal also got a win in their jamboree. So two teams coming in with some momentum here. Who gets the win?
I'm going Ascension. I think Kaplan, from what I've seen, is gonna get back to that point that they were at, but this is not Kaplan of old.
I don't know.
Give me Ascension.
I don't know. Tank came in and
Trust-
restored order.
Trust me.
I'm gonna go with Ascension too.
Yeah, me too. Just got a feeling.
Yeah, I like Ascension also.
Yeah, I mean, I've met Tank a few times. I like Tank. He's cool with me. You know, he's cool guy with me. But I'm gonna have to pick Ascension Episcopal on this one.
All right. I'm going Kaplan
I
Pirates.
will think
and I
Kaplan
think
will
they
be
win big.
I think Kaplan will have a good season this year.
I'm going Kaplan Pirates big.
Whoa.
I'll be the lone man out here. This time I'm gonna beat y'all.
Hey.
You might be right. Yeah.
Wait till that next page.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait
you
till
never
that
said
next-
that.
Gary, how you gonna let him
Split,
talk?
split,
You
split,
won
split.
last year.
It was bad.
Stand your ground.
I know.
Yeah,
I
stand
did.
on business,
You know
Gary.
I did, and I know I did, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, stand on business,
For
Gary.
some picks, huh?
Yeah, he forwarded some of those picks. You saw that he was like going, "Oh no, that."
How about New Iberia Senior High at Pineville? Two teams desperately needing to get off to a good start, knowing what district they are in down the road. So winning that first one is important for both of these teams. Who gets it?
Fine.
New Iberia.
Alex said Pineville.
Mhm.
Chris said New Iberia. Gary?
I think Pineville's gonna have a little edge being at home. That's the only reason that I'm picking him. Because I think Nish is gonna be better.
Holden?
That's a tough pick.
Very tough.
Give me Nish.
Enoch.
Pineville because they're at home. If this was in New Iberia, I'd take Nish.
I'll take Pineville at home. Just because we don't know anything yet
Yeah, we
about
don't know
these
nothing about 'em,
these two
really.
teams of what to expect this year. Game one's going to answer some questions. Natchitoches Central at Brobridge. Talked to Coach, and they were fighting the injury bug at Brobridge. Natchitoches Central, new coach there. I heard they're going to sling it around with Coach Laird coming in. They said that's his style of offense. So on a wet Friday night, what happens?
It's turf.
Yeah, but I mean, wet ball.
Nope, Natchitoches Central.
Natchitoches
Yeah,
Central.
Natchitoches Central got a lot of good athletes, and
Yeah.
Brobridge gonna fight. They're gonna fight. You know, the difference maker last year with Brobridge was Coach Zenon. But I'm gonna go with Natchitoches Central.
Me too.
Natchitoches Central.
I heard that this could possibly be a down year for Brobridge. I'm not sure how accurate that is. But
Big senior group. That's
I'm
all I
taking
was
I'm taking Natchitoches Central either way. So
I guess I'll be the odd man out here again. Brobridge, close, at home. Bunky at St. Mary.
Funky.
This one will be played at Northwestern State University.
Funky.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah, I think so too.
I pick Bunky,
Me too. I'm gonna go.
but
with
St. Mary they gonna have.
I think it's gonna be a
good game.
back and forth game.
Holden,
You know how I feel about him? Bunky.
I'll take
Yeah.
Bunky as well. I don't know much about St. Mary. But I know Bunkie was pretty good last year. I think they're gonna
St. Mary was pretty
keep
good
it up.
last year too.
Yeah. They both
They,
were.
they were okay.
They both
Yeah,
were.
I think this is Bunky's year. Wait till you see the running back Zion Lee, what he will do this season. And when you got Dylan Compton at the quarterback position, the Bunky Panthers might run away with this one.
And they cornerback real good.
Don't
too.
forget about
And don't forget about Kyle
Kyle
Johnson.
Johnson.
That's
Yeah.
his name, Kyle.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think they have a shot to run away with this one in week 1. Marksville and Avoyles.
They don't like each other.
They just played last week
Ooh.
I was getting ready
in
to
the
say that. Gonna be-
Jamboree.
I thought it was Marksville and Bunkie.
It was a three-way. Three-way jamboree. So now you come back, you play them again the following week. Marksville and Avoyles. I believe Marksville got the better of Avoyles in that jamboree. So what happens when you got your film, you got your adjustments made, and it's maybe a drier field because I heard they played in the monsoon. So what happens this week?
I like Avoyles.
The boys still sticking to the
Yes,
same script.
same script.
Different coach, same script.
Just punting this time.
They do. They
They
do
are gonna
punt.
punt.
They
Okay.
do punt.
And I'm
But it's tough to stop that offense.
go with Avoyles. I initially picked Marksville, but I'm gonna go with Avoyles.
Me too.
I like Marksville.
I'm gonna take Marks though. I think it'll be very low scoring, but Marks will
I watched them at the 7-on-7. They got some athletes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Marksville here also. A loaded roster this year, a lot of talented, athletic kids. I think Josh Harper starts this season 1-0. Let's go Oakdale at Sacred Heart. This one was drawing me back and forth of Sacred Heart could get it done at home. They played Iota really tough last week. Oakdale loaded with talent. Tough to pick this one. What are y'all thinking?
Yeah, I'm back and forth as well. I just think Sacred Heart's gonna stay more disciplined and get it done.
Oakdale.
Garrett?
I agree with him, with Chris. I think Oakdale's going to be a little bit too much for Sacred Heart.
Holden?
I like my boy at Sacred Heart.
Coach Aguilar?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm picking this one for Coach Aguilar as well. I'm taking
Yeah,
Sacred
but
Heart.
better team, right?
Huh?
Who's the better team on the night?
I'm rolling with Sacred Heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enoch, you win Sacred Heart?
Yeah, same. I'm picking it for Aguilar as well.
All right. We saw him in the Jamboree. Impressed with the football team. Number 23, really the difference maker. The talented running back for Sacred Heart, Gary. Saw it up close and personal, so
Right.
he might bust 2 or 3 runs in that one. And good defense at the end might get this win. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Franklin at Lafayette High. What's going to happen when these two clash?
I think Lafayette High is actually going to roll. Starting to put it together a little bit over there. They got a lot of size. Give me Lafayette.
I initially picked Lafayette, but didn't Franklin go to the semis last year or the quarters? They didn't lose much.
Second round.
Yeah.
They lost to Logan Sport in the second round.
I'm still roll with Lafayette on this one.
Okay.
Me too. I'm going Lafayette High.
Yeah, I like Lafayette.
Yeah, I'm taking Lafayette.
We're going to go across the board here, but don't be surprised if Franklin puts up some big points.
You got
Right.
athletes
Friday.
versus athletes in this
Yeah.
game.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
No pick for myself, Holden, and Gary. We will be covering the game Friday. Eunice at Northwest. Saw Eunice last week. They really grew up fast. A young group expected that could have some trouble this year, and they showed up in the Jamboree. They played hard. They're well coached. So they grew up really, really fast in the Jamboree. So I was impressed with what I saw. And Northwest coming off of a semifinal appearance and expected it to be better this year. So get ready. It's going down Friday night.
Yeah. I think, listening to Coach at Eunice, his interview you did with him, they're a little bit in a rebuild this year, trying to figure some things out, especially on the defensive side. Northwest is more of a reload. Give me the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going Northwest on this one. It's gonna be the conditions gonna play into Northwest's favor. Well, they're both running team. But
Yeah, it should be a quick game.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Northwest on this.
This one's kind of tough for me. I feel like this is just gonna be one of those games where it's gonna be close. And I feel like either team could pull it off, but I will take Northwest to win this one.
Can't we just see
It would
that
not.
running
It would
back?
not be. It wouldn't be a surprise to me if Unis found a way to win.
Young group, we'll see if they can rise to the occasion in a big week 1.
It'll be a good game.
More athletes on the Northwest side of the
I
ball.
can't wait to see that running back.
Yeah.
The Fighting Alex is in this.
Fighting Alexis.
The Fighting Jambalayas Friday night.
Oh man.
St. Louis at Sulphur. Both of them share the same stadium. Sulphur, year 2 under head football coach over there. St. Louis, year 1 head football coach, and share the stadium. So why not play each other week 1? Just one of you go to the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Sulphur, St. Louis, seems like Sulphur going into this year with Coach Cody, seems like they have a little bit more of where they want to be as a program. And St. Louis graduating the big senior class. I'm not sure what to expect in this one.
Yeah, this is a toss-up because Sulphur's trying to get it put together. St. Louis had a good run, but they graduated a lot. Yeah, I'm going to stick with St. Louis. That's what I originally got.
St. Louis?
If St. Louis can still have the same mentality from last year with their coach.
Welsh
coach?
put it on them in the Jamboree.
Yeah, but I picked Sulphur. Sulphur just, it's a 5A school with
Yeah.
talent.
I hear you.
The trenches.
It's going to change.
Yeah, I'm going with Sulphur also. I think I'm giving them the edge for being at home. So
If
but,
not-
well, they both play at the same side.
Yeah.
So just because they're, I
Should
guess
be-
it's
should be a
second
big
year,
crowd.
so I'm gonna go
Right.
with Sulphur.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a big crowd.
Oh, it's gonna be total.
2 home teams.
Yeah.
If Mathurin was there, I'd roll with St. Louis.
I agree.
I think he's the big difference.
First meeting between the two
Last-
schools since 1941.
Last year we met the Sulphur coach over here. Did he not? Did he
That
come?
was he was an assistant.
Assistant, yeah. I forgot his name. I really liked him.
Coach Vinny?
I forgot what it was, but yeah, I like Sulphur.
Vinny's at a different program this year.
No, he is?
I think so.
I heard his name on the summer coaching tour. I forgot where he's at now.
Okay. I like Sulphur, though. I think losing Mathurin was a huge loss for St. Louis.
It might be at Jennings. I don't know. Okay. Enoch?
Give me the Golden Tours.
Yeah, we're going to go Sulphur here. You wanted to change your pick, or are you sticking with him?
Swap me on over.
Rod over?
Come on to the dark side.
All right, switch and pick here. Alex jumping on with Sulphur.
First for the year. Switch.
Yes.
It won't be the last.
All right,
I
now-
mean, for anybody.
Now it's fixing to get good.
Oh, yeah. This.
From here down, look
Here
out.
down, it's fixing to get good. You're expecting a lot of points in this one coming up because Airline ain't going to play no defense. And they're going to score a lot of points, so they ain't going to play no defense. Expect Barb to put up big numbers here. I just think Airline might put up a little bit more at the very end. What y'all think? Airline at Barb Friday night.
Yeah, I think Airline's gonna win the game. The difference of it being close and a runaway is if they can tackle in the space and on the edge. Because Barb likes to do a lot on the perimeter. So if Airline can tackle, Airline runs away with it.
So like a 56 to 34 type of game.
My little cousin is the quarterback for Barb.
Okay.
He's pretty good, but he can't win it by himself. And the Airline, they gonna throw that thing.
You gonna score?
They gonna
Are
score.
they gonna score?
They gonna score.
And you better score with them.
But I'm gonna roll with Airline.
Garrett?
Me too. I think Airline's just going to outscore them. They're just going to be scoring quick.
Holden?
Yeah. Airline's defense is good enough to get them a few stops and run away with it. Ben Taylor's going to about 5-6 touchdowns.
Enoch.
Yeah, I agree. Airline, big.
Yep, Airline, Ben Taylor. We thought they were good enough to make a run last year, but defense comes back to bite them in the playoffs. Will it come back to bite them here in week 1? I don't think so. Give me Airline.
They lost in the quarters, right, Jordan?
Second round.
Second round.
Yeah, it was somebody good, wasn't it?
It's like 46-45 or something like that, or
It was a
56.
shootout.
It was somebody good. Oh, I wish I could remember. Somebody in the chat's going to know. Who was it that he lost to?
Southside.
Southside.
That's
Southside. Yeah, that's right.
I wanted to say
How about Bird hitting the road, long road trip to Santa Mont?
Jesus.
Stop
Santa-
boosting
That gotta be the
the
longest road
Come on.
trip. That gotta be the
Come on.
longest
Come
road
on.
trip.
Santa Mont.
We'll say the Duck Blue Sports Network in the chat tonight. I mean,
Santa Mo.
Santa Mont. Santa Mont.
Santa Mo.
Send them on.
Santa Mo.
Santa Mo.
Their D was terrible against Mandeville. Yep.
Manimal's going to be good this year.
Coach Perkins will have the air raid ready. Yep. Jets going with Bird.
I like the long road trip and a long happy ride back. Give
Come
me
on.
Birds.
Stopping at the Whataburger in Alexandria on the way back.
Wherever they want to stop.
We might have to do that.
They eating a W.
it might just be the
Jameis
LP.
Winston
I mean,
style.
Yeah.
Okay.
I initially picked Santa Mo, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Eat that W.
Gary.
Man, I'm going with Santa Mo.
Hogan.
Dude, it seems like Bird's kind of fallen off recently. Like,
It's 2020.
yeah, it's just used to be.
Could be that fourth
Yeah.
year where they now have that senior class.
But I heard on the Twitter sphere or X
Go
sphere,
X.
X
Yeah.
sphere.
X
Santa Mo's gonna be pretty good this year. I like Santa Mo.
You know,
I think I'm gonna agree with Alex here. I think Bird's gonna pull off the upset on the road.
don't forget to stop at Crave on the way home.
That's right.
Santa Mo
That's
got
the opposite direction.
a level of intimidation. They dress out bag on over 100 players.
Come on.
Phew.
Yeah, and now
I mean, they're a big school. They're fine.
Freshmen
Hey,
A grade or
they
something.
went in the playoffs last year as the 5 seed, so I heard that they're right back to where they was, and they're going to be even better. So
And
they
they-
wait to see it.
And they banned sitting on the business side.
Me too.
So Bird coming with their band, they gonna sit side by side.
Okay. Santa Mont for myself. Santa Mont.
Send them on.
Tioga at Sterlington. Sterling struggled a couple games these last couple weeks, but now they go and play a Tioga football team. Could turn it around here, or Tioga could go shock Sterlington in this contest. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think you first look at this matchup and you're like, Sterlington got it, right?
Right.
Tioga is improving rapidly. But at the end of the day, at home, I think Sterlington's going to have enough to get it done.
Close one.
Sterling got a point to prove. Being knocked out their playoffs
Right.
early, and
Who they lost during the scrimmage? Was it West Monroe?
it was
And in the Jamboree, they lost to Ash. So, I mean, it's not like they're
Yeah,
playing.
that's two
Yeah.
really
Two
good
really
programs.
good
Right.
teams,
Big
yeah.
5A program.
with Sterling. They gonna be all right.
I think it's going to be Sterlington in a close one, very close game.
And I'm gonna roll with you, bro. I'm rolling with Sterlington.
You know,
Sterlington by 10.
I like Sterlington to get it going this week. I think they those two tough games really set the tone of the season for them to find out where they were. So we'll see what happens moving forward. That's you.
What?
That's your boss.
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh, me. St. Martinville at Cecilia. St. Martinville.
They don't like each other.
They don't like each other.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Okay. I'm trying to remember who St. Martinville played in their scrimmage, because I know they played Northside LCA. And I know they played Northside in their Jamboree. So you saw those two matchups. Cecilia seems like they are right back to where they were a year ago, getting ready to make another run out of this. So what's St. Martinville got to do to slow down Cecilia Friday night?
I don't know. This was a good game last year. I don't know if St. Martinville's drastically better. I think Cecilia is going to have the edge in this.
They lost old boy running back. What was his name last year? Same
St.
one.
Martinville.
He graduated, but I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cecilia in this one.
Me too. I was thinking that. So Cecilia's going They're queued up to try to make another run.
Yeah, Cecilia's making another one. Diesel and Autumn's back.
Yeah,
they got a highly touted
Damn.
4-star. He plays either safety or corner or receiver.
31-7.
Huh?
Go ahead. That's nuts.
He's they're gonna be good again this year.
Enoch,
St. Martinville keep that game a lot closer than Cecilia would like for it to be, but the Bulldogs just have too much.
Cecilia for myself could be a runaway in the second half. I
Could
like a close first half, and I like a runaway once they get in the groove of things in the second half.
Yeah.
Look nut.
How about Logan Sport
Which
and
one?
Manny? This game was moved because of construction that's going on at the stadium. Their home field not ready yet. So now they got to go play at Manny and see all them fireworks in pregame. Logan Sport's supposed to be pretty good this year. Manny, surprise, surprise, getting blown out in the Jamboree to Gina. Ooh, what's going to happen here?
Logansport big.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna have to call my guy, Coach Carroll, and see what's going on at Manny.
They won 9 games last year.
I'm gonna go with Logan Sport.
I wonder what's happened.
Me too.
There you boys.
Oh, look, Troy,
Oh,
Chris.
he
It's coming after you
finally
already.
made his way
Coming
here.
with that heat.
That's true.
He waits just for you.
He waited
Oh,
just
yeah.
for you, man. What's that? Look at that.
Gary,
That
Gary, who you got?
Logan Sport.
Logan Sport.
Yeah, I heard about it too, Jordy. Logan Sport.
I'm taking Logansport as well.
Won't be shocked if Manny pulls up the upset.
And even with the
Logan
switch of the
Sport.
home game, the game,
Yeah.
they just gonna swap next year. They
Yeah.
gonna
They're gonna swap
play.
it back, yeah.
Logan Sport was one of my favorites to get to the Dome. And I like them here in this one. I think the running back's really good. The coaching staff is phenomenal. So
Yeah, you see what Braden just said.
there's a reason. Okay, my man spitting facts at us. How about this, Alex?
What you got?
We just talked about Manny getting blown out by Gina a week ago.
Mhm.
Now we go Gina Mangum, and what a phenomenal week one that one's about to be. That's gonna be we thought Gina could be down. They're not down. They're gonna contend for that district title with Bunkie down the road, or Marksville, or whoever it may be. Mangum, Gina, two teams that very well could be right back in semifinal contention.
Yeah, I still like Mangum in a pretty good win. 14 plus.
Okay, Chris,
Gina,
Gina.
I like Gina.
I'm going with Gina also.
Yeah, they answered some questions for me last week at the Jamboree. Who you like, Gina?
Gina.
Yeah.
Man, it's tough because we watched them last year, man. They were loaded last year. They lost a lot, but it looks like they reloaded. But I think Mangum's primed up this year. What I've been reading, I like Mangum.
Yeah, Holden Mangum's. They're talking real good stuff about Mangum. Enoch, tough pick here. Who you got?
I'm gonna take Gina. I feel like this game will be close. It'll be a close game, but Gina takes care of business at home.
Yeah, I like Gina at home. It's not the easiest places to play at. The crowd over there is, they really love their football at Gina. So I think week one, from the back end of the home crowd, gets it done in a close one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll flip the page.
Yup.
Here we go.
And yeah, the rest is all like, wow.
Home field advantage wins it for the Dragons.
Ain't nobody gonna be.
Gina,
Across the board.
Giants are the home
Okay.
team.
That's my boy,
So Mangum's on the road.
Big Ant.
All right, these next few, buckle in, ladies and gentlemen. Parkview Baptist at Dunham. We know about the quarterback from Dunham. We know Parkview Baptist is trending towards a good season this year. So now these two Titans are going to clash on Friday. Who wins it?
I like Dunham in this one.
Dunham.
Y'all making me look bad when I said I was going to turn the page, and look at y'all.
I mean,
Already there, man.
Holden.
Oh man, I think it's gonna be a really good game.
I don't think so.
It's tough, but I'm rolling with Dunham.
Enoch.
Dunham.
All right, we'll go across the board.
I think they'll be the only one across the board. No, I lied.
Donovan, it won't be close. Donovan got 2 transfers at running back and receiver from Southern Live, Madison Prep to go along with their quarterback. Well,
Whoa.
Whew.
hello.
Hello, there you go.
Thank you, Brady.
Hello, Holly.
I'll be picking Dunham for the rest of the year.
You bookmark that. We may see Dunham Calvary Baptist down the road.
I was picking him regardless,
What?
just because of Elijah.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
Okay, Leesville at Sam Houston. I'm excited about this matchup. Sam Houston, really, really good. Leesville, really talented running back. They seem like this is the year for Leesville. Sam Houston, coming off of, what was it, 2 years ago they made their little run?
last year.
Last year, too.
They
Sure,
won. They won 7 last year, I think.
So,
Right?
Yeah, they were pretty
Did they
good.
win their district?
No.
No.
They came out second. It was a 3-way tie.
Acadiana District.
Yeah, it was a 3-way tie, wasn't it?
I think Acadiana won it outright.
It
feel like
was,
Xavier-
Not last year.
Southside.
Southside.
Southside won it 2 years
that
ago.
feel like Xavier-
Southside won it outright 2 years ago, and Acadiana
So,
took it last year.
Sam Houston, Leesville, it's going to be something. They're going to have to stop
Forward.
forward at running back. Sam Houston, talented football team this year. Who wins it?
Almost feel like Ford's like a 10-year player, like they have in college now.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's been there forever.
My man's a 6-year starter. It looks like
Well, he's probably been starting since his freshman year.
7th grade probably.
Sam Houston's big.
Yeah. No
Like
joke.
they're just
Yeah, they're big.
really big. Offensively, I think they can score enough. Leesville, and I picked Leesville, but the more I think about it, I think Sam Houston's going to have enough defensively to stop the running game. Enough. They ain't going to stop it. Slow it down, should I say. Give me Sam Houston at home.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I'm going
Sam
there, too.
Houston.
I agree. I'm taking Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
You go Sam Houston. I'm gonna go forward for about 250, and I'll go with a win.
I thought
Yeah.
he had a Leesville.
Yeah, it's right there. Cats.
No, Wampus.
Yeah, it's a
Wampus Cats. Yeah,
Wampus
it's
Cats,
right there.
Right there, Sam.
It's right there between Brooklyn.
I'll be the only one to pick him here. You know how Kurt Herbstreit sometimes saves the pitcher.
Yeah.
Alexandria at West Feliciana. Alexandria has proven it the last 2 weeks. Now we go into the season. You're still 0-0. Those 2 weeks are behind you. You're not 2-0 from it. You go into this week. You got to go win at a Westfield football stadium. Who wins it?
I like Alexandria, and it's a statement win.
Put the state on notice.
Man. That Westfield team got a D tackle that's real good.
Mm-hmm.
And he go all game. Shit. I'm gonna go with Alexandria here.
Garrett?
Me too, Alexander.
It could go either way though.
Yeah,
Oh.
it could be.
I think Ash is gonna make a little run this year, y'all. I'm really high on him.
They proved it the last 2 weeks that answer my questions.
I'm going to take Ash. Close game. Ash finds a way to get it
I
done.
wish- I wish they were in the other bracket,
Mm.
the non-select side.
Y'all seen West Feliciana's new? They just posted an AI photo of their new facilities they're coming out with
Saw
on the
that.
complex. It's nice.
Lake Charles College Prep at Westgate. You said a statement win for Alexandria. This could be a Westgate wake up the state type of night for these guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I think exactly that. I think Westgate is going to roll, make a statement, and put a lot of people on notice.
Man. We got Prep this year. But they pretty good, y'all. But I'm gonna go with Westgate on this one. Close one.
You're pulling for him, though.
Yeah, I definitely am. I
Yeah,
definitely
strength of schedule stuff, yeah.
am.
Run out of fireworks.
They got more than Jabbar this year. I heard too. I heard Westgate got some.
Yeah, he got a nice
Yeah,
running
they
back.
got a new, so I'm going Westgate myself.
Yeah, yeah, I got Westgate.
Enoch?
I'm taking Westgate.
Yep, Westgate across the board. How about Vermilion Catholic at Catholic of New Iberia?
Get that quarter, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, let me get a coin if you got
Get
one.
that quarter.
This is one of my favorite small school matchups of the weekend. Two well-respected programs. Seems like Catholic New Iberia is senior heavy and they're primed to make a run. But Vermilion Catholic, year in, year out, they always find their way to the quarters, to the semis, to the dome.
Did they
So
win
this
state
is-
last year?
Huh?
They won state last year.
No, they lost in the
They lost in
semis.
the semis.
So this could be one of those instant clashes on Friday night. Screaming Eagles, Panthers, who wins it?
And I think this is another one of these games that when the clock hits 0, you say, whoa, that team might be for real.
Yeah.
I think that's Catholic High.
There you go, my friend. Good pick.
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Vermilion Catholic, man. They just
I like that. I like that comment.
Vermilion Catholic.
Okay, let me write this down.
Okay.
Catholic Iberia, Alex,
Catholic.
Vermilion
Catholic.
Vermilion Catholic for Chris. Gary, tough pick, my man.
Man, I know. But I seen after what I saw last week. I'm going with Catholic and New Iberia. Got to see that.
Jordy
That
knows
was the
how.
hardest pick that I had so far.
Jordy knows how I feel about him. I'm damn near almost won every game picking him. Give me the Screaming Eagles.
Screaming Eagles never seem to let you down.
I'm gonna take Catholic and New Iberia. Should be a good game. Should be really close.
Very good game.
Catholic New Iberia finds a way to pull it out at the very end.
I think the home field right here will matter. I think Catholic and Iberia, they're primed for a big season here. For me, Catholic keeps it close. Catholic and New Iberia finds a way to win it at the end. And I mean, VC could put us on notice Friday night, and we could be in the recap show saying, okay, VC, you'll probably see them in the semis again.
Right.
I mean, VC's still gonna be very good this year. Obviously.
One of these teams could go 10-0. One of these teams can go 9-1 after this week.
Correct. I
Very
agree with
real
you.
possibility.
How about St. James and East St. John? Last year, we know how that game ended. Now we go this year. What's going to happen when these two meet up on Friday? East St. John, St. James.
And
Can I give you a little snippet?
yeah,
Troy don't even like his own team.
man,
He does.
I want to pick St. James so bad, but
Look,
it's not,
Everybody picked
I really
St.
didn't. I really didn't like what I saw from St. James last year, even though they made it to Portage.
Okay.
I didn't love what I saw from.
They gave the game away.
I'm gonna take East St. John.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with East St. John.
I'm giving them home field advantage, so I'm gonna go with them. But I think it's gonna be a toss-up. That's the one where you need a coin.
It's there if you need it.
East St. John had a good year last year. I'm rolling with them again.
Man out. Go for
Man,
it.
I don't know. I don't know who to pick in this one.
Go
You want
for
to do
it.
the coin for me, Chris? Heads will be St. James. Tails will be East St. John. I feel like this game truly could go either way.
St. James for you.
All right, St. James it is.
That was a tail.
That was a tail.
Oh, Tails. Then East St. John.
Already wrote it.
All right, you going for St. James? It's fine.
You,
I mean,
you seem confident. We'll just roll with that.
yeah, we'll just roll with it. That's fine. You know.
It's a new coin.
I'm going to go East St. John because of what I saw the last
Me
2
too.
weeks from the scrimmage and the jamboree from St. James. Does that make sense?
Right.
So if they come out and they prove it here in week 1, then those first 2 weeks were a fluke and they're back and ready to make another run at this. So I'll go with East St. John here.
All right.
Let's see. How about Mattis, Brother Martin at East Ascension? Brock Bethurne's home opener.
Sure.
Year 1. You know he can get a team to run through a brick wall. Can he get his team to beat Brother Martin on Friday?
I think you just have too much tradition, too much consistency with Brother Morton. I like them on the road.
He gonna have. He got athletes. He the job he took. He got athletes over there at East Ascension. And in the trenches he did.
Yeah, he's big.
Uh, Brother Martin just, you know,
He's trying to get his program to where
right,
Brother Martin is.
Right. I'm gonna go with Brother. I pick Brother Martin on this one.
Gary?
Yeah, I think he's about a year away to get there. He's going to do a good job, but I think Brother Martin will be too tough.
Give me the private school.
Brother Martin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Brother Martin. Crusaders, they'll take care of business.
Let's go East Ascension here. I'll give love to Coach Mathern. Think his team can find a way in front of a hostile environment of a home crowd that they will be excited for this one. But Brother Martin very well could make me look silly here.
That's going to be tough.
Madison Prep and Dutchtown.
I like Dutchtown.
Prep gonna be Prep.
Oof.
They gonna be tough. They gonna come to play hard. We got Madison Prep.
You got Madison?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, give me Dutchtown. That's a hard pick.
Holden?
Yeah, I said I've seen Dutchtown. Big kids on there. I like Dutchtown.
I tend to pick Madison Prep probably a little too much because they burned me quite a bit. But I'll go with
Pick
them.
them again.
Yeah, I'll go with them. I think they could beat Dutchtown. This game,
They,
I think they can take care of business here. I think they can win.
Enoch, my state champion Dutchtown Griffins of 2024 will roll here.
Okay, fair enough.
St. Charles at Newman.
That's a tough one. I think Newman got better after Arch left, but I think St. Charles is going to be too good.
St. Charles, they took St. James talent. Trolling Troy.
I think St. Charles is
You gotta look at somebody in the comments after you.
It's all right. Enoch picked St. James, so we didn't go across the board.
Yeah. St. Charles.
You talking about Troy?
His buddy in the chat, I think.
Reload this season until they got a roster of 122 for a 2A school.
That sounds about right. No,
That's
yeah.
the whole school.
Pretty much. It's football.
Point the ball.
Might as well just make it all boys school.
Yeah.
Point the ball and they're the
I
state
took
champions.
St. Charles.
We're going to St. Charles across the board.
Man.
All 122 of them eating some good burgers after the game.
Yep.
Southside Notre Dame. This is going to be a physical contest on Friday night. Who wins it?
So you got two teams that basically do the same thing with what's his name, Jess going to Southside. I think the team that's been doing it the same way for so long,
Pios?
Pios.
Yeah, I'm with Alex on this one, but I like Southside. They have better athletes. You know.
One with Southside?
Yeah, I'm with Southside.
Garrett?
Oh man, I think
Coach Cooper having to play.
I think Notre Dame close. Notre Dame, yeah. No.
Holden?
So this is a tough pick, man, but
No, we don't.
I think what they got coming back, I think they're primed up for a run this year. I got Notre Dame.
You're not.
I usually almost always pick Notre Dame, but I won't this time. I'm taking Southside.
I'm going to take Southside also. I think Jess is going to have those guys ready to play after the loss last week to St. Thomas More. You live and learn from playing a state champion like that. I think he'll have his guys ready to play.
All right.
How about Turlings and Opelousas High? How many years has it been, Troy?
Chris.
Troy. Why am I saying Troy?
Troy, we need you in the
Troy,
comments
we need you,
now.
man.
How many years has it been, Chris?
I don't know.
He lives all the
That
way.
y'all
I
played
know,
those guys
I
and they
know.
got y'all.
4.
It'd be
Since
nice.
Coach
It would be
Hackman,
nice, yeah.
4.
So 4 years. So
Well,
They're going for year
You
5,
count the 2020. Yeah.
I mean, did you play them?
21, 22. So
The
they're
COVID
going
year.
for 4 years in
Yeah.
a row, and you guys finally get them at home this year.
Right.
So let's go Turlings OHS. I heard they're huge up front across the board. Who wins it, Alex?
You said Turlings is huge up front.
That's what I heard. They average 300 across the board.
I saw that too.
And I just because of if there was no game at Donald Gardner Thursday night,
Okay.
it would be almost impossible for me to pick because Turlings does stuff that I personally feel that doesn't give OHS an advantage, especially on offense. But what you're saying is Turlings is huge,
Look, Troy.
so is that going to make OHS trying to run the ball hard?
I don't know.
That's one thing.
Well, you
I don't
beat
know.
you hard.
I do think that OHS can stop Turlings enough with their defense to pull the game out and get OHS.
OHS.
We got.
Here comes that biased panel.
Nah, it's,
That's what they claim we are.
yeah, well, we got.
Let me go ahead and write this down.
Yeah.
You're not
just
doing
do
what
that.
Enoch did. You
No.
don't pick against your school.
But I'm just saying, y'all want me to talk about it. Our defense will return everybody.
Only lost 4 starters, I was told.
And the replacements was getting action last year, so they was getting more. They
And their
playing
feet
time.
wet.
Right, a lot. The game will be at Donald Gardner Stadium,
And the game will be won in the trenches, right?
pretty much. Turtles kind of they look good on film. Just saw one game against Karen Pro, but you know,
Holly says stop beating around the bush and say go Tigers.
go Tigers.
There you go.
We already did your
We
lock
got
of the
you.
week.
Yeah.
Gary,
OHS.
Holden,
Man, call me biased. I don't care. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. OHS.
bias.
How,
Panel.
how close was this game last year? I remember.
We lost it in like the last 4 minutes. Didn't finish.
I remember. Yeah, because
Both years.
I think I do remember that. We had talked about it. And
It
you
was
said
like
that
34 to 18.
It was because it was like a couple of mental mistakes and it led to it being blown up. I'm gonna pick Opelousas in this one. Our sentimental mistakes don't
call it a
happen.
comeback.
And I think OHS finds a way to get it done. It's at home. They should be able to take care of things. I'm not sure if I should be that high on Turlings this year.
Well,
So
I think they're pretty
they'll
good.
be good,
I
yeah.
think they're pretty
right,
good this
they
year.
usually are, but
I'm ready to see what they have post Preston Wash. I think that's his name.
Well,
I'm taking
Well,
Opelousas.
I'm ready to-
They'll start off. They're going to start off 1-0.
Ready to
And,
see what they have post him. They always
and the receiver transferred to the
Out here at
LRC.
Renaissance?
Yeah.
so ready to see what happens post
they're
there.
starting to blow
But
up.
the offensive line, ready to see how
Yep.
they can run the ball. Could be a sloppy field as we talked about earlier. OHS raises the banner, right?
Yep.
OHS raises the banner on Friday night.
From what I heard,
Gets the win at home. Starts off this year 1-0.
Did Holly say stop beating the bush? Tell us all to say go Tigers.
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
Go Tigers.
Holy
I
Cross
wanna say that for LSU,
going
baby.
in last year as the 1 seed, bounced early from the playoffs by Acadiana. They're gonna have against E.D. White this year. I hear the defense is pretty good over there for E.D. White. And Holy Cross take their high-powered offense into E.D. White and get a win.
Yeah, I think they do.
They
I
always
I don't
do,
think
man.
E.D. White's going to be able to keep the ball like Acadiana did. So give me Holy Cross.
That man said.
yeah, Holy Cross.
That man said a lost Y raising the banner.
Oh man, Troy's still coming with that.
Holy
even-
Cross, Holy Cross.
You and Troy got a nice rivalry going.
We can get OHS to St. James to play
Troy
off
met
on
me
when
out
we
of
look and
Exxon.
Yeah.
Halfway to Lafayette and dropped off that helmet last year. So I met him for the first time in person.
We're good people, man.
I'm going Holy Cross.
It's athletes versus just a good coached football team.
Good system.
Good system, man. This
That's a hard one. He said he picked hard games to pick. I mean, guess what? He did.
man, give me E.D. White, bro.
Good pick. Enoch,
Edie White because they're at home.
I like Edie White at home also. I think they make this a defensive war instead of having Holy Cross do what they want.
I think
and
so, too.
Score 35 plus a game.
They
So.
win like 21.
They always
17.
have good defense,
Yeah.
man. It's just a
Yeah.
good coach team.
Yeah.
They're like St. Charles. Not at the biggest, but they just play everybody hard.
Yeah.
How about Union Parish at North DeSoto? Union Parish, they're going to line up foot to foot and run smash mouth football at you. North DeSoto, completely different, opposite
Right.
offense here. They about to sling that thing 50, 60, 70 times on Friday night. However many chances they get, because Union Parish, if they get the ball and they get a couple first downs, they may go for 8 to 10 to 12-minute drives.
Right.
Two completely different teams, two completely different styles. Great football game in the making here. Who wins it?
I like North DeSoto.
We gave the blueprint on how to beat North Dakota.
Come on,
Run the ball.
run the ball. And what does Union Parish do?
Run the ball. I mean, at the end of the day,
Depending on who's the running back,
it
too.
don't matter. They run the ball. I mean, Union, that's their identity.
So it's going to be North DeSoto 7 to Union Parish's 8, every way up. And then it's going to be a stop 2-point conversion at the end.
You just got there's a fast-paced offense. If you play sound defense and man-to-man, don't try to play no zone. Call play, play man-to-man, lock up, sound play defense. Yeah. So I'm like Union.
I'm going Union.
Man, it's a tough pick, dude. I want to pick them, but I'm going to roll with my gut, North DeSoto.
You know?
As good as Union Parish is, I'm not entirely sure that if North DeSoto starts scoring that they're going to be able to keep up.
Okay.
I'm going to take North DeSoto. Actually, I think the score is probably going to be pretty high.
Okay.
I just think I think if North DeSoto gets rolling with the scoring and stuff like that, I think Union Parish is going to have a tough time keeping up. But if Chris says to do it as he described, then Union Parish could come away with that win.
Union Parish last week went into Calvary Baptist and played that high-powered offense, and they scored with them. So gives you hope for this week. Good corners out there for Union Parish. Physical rushing attack coming at you. How Georgia Tech's coach said that in the post game, just run the ball.
They trenches don't go both ways.
So I like Union Parish.
You almost never pick against Union Parish. Biased.
No. I picked Abbeville a couple years ago to beat Union Parish, and Trey Holly said, hold my
Hold my water.
hold my water. Let's see. How about Edna Carr versus Archbishop Shaw? Carr gearing up for week 2.
Car.
Car.
Shaw's going to make a good game. They're going to be really good this year, but JB, you know how I feel about them. I'm rolling a car.
Copy and paste what Holden said. I think it'll be a good game, but Carl will take care of business.
Holly said she took your line from you, Gary.
University of Edna Carr. Yeah, you got it. You
What
beat
it
me to
is.
the punch.
They are loaded, and we say it every year, but they have multiple D1 kids on that team.
They have multiple
this year.
D1 kids every single
Yeah,
year.
but like this year they have like Power 5 schools talent wise.
I like Edna
2 of them
Carr.
are in LSU.
They better. Hey,
And I
if,
can't
if,
wait
if they're
to see
good
him
like
in
that, they
person.
better make it to the
Right.
this year.
I'm ready for that.
I
They
like
lose to
Edna
like
Carr, and I
freaking
can't wait to
Acadiana
see him in
last year,
person.
which they shouldn't.
Yep.
2 of them committed to LSU.
Sir?
They lose
Yep.
to them last year.
Can't wait to see the anthem. Can't wait to hear the band.
I want to
Can't
see
wait to
it.
hear Chris's. Can't wait to eat Chris's food.
That's right.
They go back to
Might
New
eat 2
Orleans.
plates and bring one up with
Bring one up.
As long as we come out with the W at the end of the game.
Lafayette Christian Academy at Rummel.
That's gonna be hard.
We thought questions were answered last week. This is the one right here. Semifinalists of a year ago, Rummel. Can they go in and get a win there? Won't be easy.
I don't see it. I like Rumble.
Man.
Gary, don't let LCA burn you again like last year.
I know.
I'm gonna go with Rummel.
Me too.
A lot of people overlooking LCA. I love that quote by that coach. Remember last week we had said it?
The
Skip.
LCA coach.
Skip.
And but I like Romo, man. That's tough.
Rummel's just Rummel. I hate to say it that way, but I mean Rummel's Rummel.
Damn, Nut.
Taking Romo as well.
Dang, Nut, man, I don't think he's gonna be.
I
that
don't have
bad.
no. He has all the confidence in Romo in this
And
one, man.
LCA has a really good quarterback too.
Yeah, I gotta see them one more week to know what are we dealing with this year with LCA. I still think they're good enough to get to the Dome and play a Dunham or play a Calvary Baptist.
Right.
I think that's still in the works, but I think Rummel might be better than they were a year ago, and they were a semifinals team. So I like Rummel.
If I go to LCA at Karen Pro next week, I'll keep you updated.
LCA wins this game, or if it's close, like a one possession game, that'll tell me all I need to know about LCA season.
How about Catholic of Baton Rouge at Destrehan? Going into the year, we thought to ourselves, okay, this is the matchup of week one. This is going to be insane. But Destrehan had a couple hiccups along the way these last 2 weeks. Do they get it going week one at home?
Not this week. Catholic Rose.
Yeah, Cali.
Catholic of Baton Rouge.
Yo,
Destrehan still has that monster defense, or is it looking like it's starting to level off a bit?
Oh, man, they look bad against St. Aug, and then they lost their starting running back for the year with a torn ACL.
I know they got a good safety committed to LSU from Destrehan,
Catholic running
but
back out for the year.
Yeah, the
Catholic BR, man, they're loaded again.
Catholic of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, holding that
Yeah.
receiver holding.
It was
he commits a
Destrehan's
mission.
running back out for the year.
No,
correct?
they have a safety that's committed to LSU.
No, he's
Yeah,
committed
he
to
said-
mission.
Safety. You're talking about
Creighton
the
said,
receiver.
Catholic of Baton
Yeah,
Rouge
okay.
running back.
Yeah, so that's a big loss for those guys. We'll see. It ain't an easy week one for sure. I like Catholic of Baton Rouge. Enoch, who you like? Same thing?
Yeah, I'm
Holden?
gonna take the Bears.
Catholic BR, it's crazy to say because I know they lost their quarterback, but they actually might be better this year.
Right.
Okay.
Thought as a whole.
How about the game of games here in North Louisiana? Neville at Evangel. Get ready, buckle in. This is going to set some fireworks going into week two. That's going to be probably one of the best 0-1 teams going into week two.
You're right.
This
Whichever
is-
way.
This is a dogfight. I think this is Evangel's chance to say that we're back, and I think they go ahead and get it done at home.
So this is their prove me game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never. I don't think never ever fell off. They never had a bad year.
As far as I remember now.
Yeah, they
I'm going Evangel.
Banjo.
never.
Holden.
It's tough, man.
That's going to be the corner.
Mhm.
See,
Boy
look,
says.
that's my boy.
What your
That's
boy
why
says.
you here, boy. I'm picking you, Neville.
I do think Evangel's back, but they're gonna start this year 0-1. I'm taking Neville.
And don't they have my bad, Jory?
I saw that. I saw that on Facebook on the way here.
Imagine how happy Neville wanted that film.
I like Neville in this one. Game will be live on Neville Tiger Network. So shout out to my guy, Mr. Stewart. Have a great call. Go on the road and get a big time win at Evangel.
And don't they have a cornerback at Neville that LSU's looking at?
You know who you pick?
I
Anson.
picked Neville.
Okay.
I think they got a corner or safety that LSU's looking at.
Juju Burns from Neville.
Is that the one?
Name.
He's like 6'2", like almost 200. He's a corner or a safety. He's a DB for sure.
Okay. Oak Grove at Calvary Baptist. Oak Grove, big win in their Jamboree Road. Calvary Baptist, 1 point loss last week, but you got to think they're gonna be motivated going into this week, defending their home turf. What y'all thoughts are?
I like Oak Grove.
That's him, safety. Yeah, so that's Neville.
Jackson Bradley and the Oak Grove Tigers go on the road and get a big win.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said the name right.
Oak Grove.
Come on, Chris.
I just remember who the OC was.
Okay. Gary, you sleeping?
No, I'm thinking.
You need that coin?
I'm going Calvary.
Calvary Baptist for my fellow mate here.
Home field, I think they're going to do it.
It's a tough pick, man. Because you know they got that running back James Simon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You game plan to stop him, and here comes Abram to pick you apart.
But I think this is Oak Grove's last final year,
This is it.
and I think this is gonna be it. I'm picking Oak Grove.
Y'all are shocking me here, boys.
It's
Jake,
tough.
excuse me. I think this game will be really good. I think, like you said, for the last game, will be one of the best 0-1 teams, whoever loses this game. But with that being said, I'm taking Calvary Baptist at home.
Either pick is not.
If
bad
if
at
this
all.
game was in Oak Grove, I'd
It's
take
not a
Oak
bad
Grove.
pick on either one
That's
of
just-
these teams.
I feel like the home field advantage will be just enough.
Another one of the cases are 10-0, 9-1 could come into play here.
Correct. You're right.
Very possible.
How about I give my some love
Jesse,
to Jesse? We love you, Crip.
lover boy.
Lover boy.
My man's in love with a Tennessean.
One day he was at
And,
Jordy.
and,
Hey,
and she's listening with him right now.
one day he was at Jordy's house. The next day he went drove a visitor. Now they together.
Hey, you know what? Good. That's good. man.
St.
That's
Thomas
good.
More, Karen Crow. Crow Dome will be rocking. Brand new turf. St. Thomas More is good. Who wins it?
I like STM. I think they're just loaded. I think they go into the Pro Dome and get it done.
And my wife.
That's funny.
No cursing.
Yeah, Holly.
STM, man. STM big.
Crow to the dome.
I think it's going to be tight, but I think STM is going to be too much.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Crow in the dome, but I like the Cougars.
Give me Karen Pro.
Karen Crow. I'll go Karen Crow also. I think it'll be a shootout to remember, and they sneak by at a squeaker of a win. I mean, I did pick Karen Crow to go to the Dome last week too,
Yeah,
so I got to back up my pick until they knock off. They get knocked off. Final one, Acadiana Ruston, big boy matchup here. Somebody's going into UTL's top 10 next week. Who is it?
I'm glad my wife speaks because not good. Big R in there, Rustin.
Big Rustin.
Yeah, it's too much.
Did y'all pick our team? No, baby, we didn't pick them.
Nah.
They went on
No,
the
they
list.
wasn't on the list. Nope.
Phone died, babe.
Yeah, all right.
Rustin, man. Rustin. That's gonna be a big game.
Big Rustin, yep.
Rustin, only because they're at home.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Remember we went and watched Acadiana Rustin a few years ago at
At
Grambling?
Grambling, yeah.
That was some fun that night. So
Who won that game?
Acadiana.
Acadiana won.
Okay.
Garrett, fear to veer, or you think Rustin too much?
Man, I think Ruston's just a little too much right now. I'm gonna go with Ruston, but I think it's gonna be a close game.
Holden,
I'm with you, Ant. I like Rustin.
That's definitely better.
I'll say this: Acadiana. They went a lot further in the playoffs last year than I thought they were going to.
yeah, a lot of
They
us
went like
all
2
the
rounds
way
further
in
than
the
I thought. I
state.
didn't think they were going to get past Holy Cross, but
All
they
the way
beat
to the
them
dome.
and then beat Edna Carr as well.
All they
They
did was get to the-
they surprised me. I mean, I thought that I wasn't going to say that they were like on a downward swing is what I was thinking that they were going to be, but I thought that they weren't quite as strong as some of the best teams were.
They played some good football in the playoffs.
Yeah, they played some really good football in the
They hit
playoffs.
their
You're absolutely
stride
right
for
about
sure.
that.
They hit their roadblock.
And I think this year, I mean, I think this year they'll be pretty darn good too. But with that being said, I don't think they're gonna beat Ruston. I think Ruston's gonna win this game by 2 touchdowns. Ruston kind of thrives on physicality, and that's what you need to beat the Veer, and they'll do it pretty. I think they'll do it pretty handily.
They did play Alexandria, and that was a good ball game. And then you didn't get to see much against Brobridge, so we don't know this year's Acadiana team just yet. We'll know for sure week 1. Ruston's bringing back everybody, and they're primed to repeat.
They scored 3 times in the first 12 plays.
Ruston?
No, kidding.
Yeah, so not sure how what to think about Acadiana until we see this one.
A full game.
A full game.
And, be careful on special teams. Rustin has that.
Yep. So
LSU ball.
Acadiana's gonna play keep away. They're gonna try to beat them up in
Try
the
to.
trenches. And I can go Karen Crow a while ago, but I can't go Acadiana here. I gotta go Ruston.
There's some good
Yeah,
matchups week 1.
This man, just think if this is week 1, as
Yeah.
it keeps going, whoa,
Buckle
man,
up.
Yeah.
better be ready.
Yeah.
Put your big boy boots on.
Yeah, one of the best week ones I've ever seen since we
Yeah.
started covering this 6 years ago.
And then shout out to the coaches for scheduling these games and
Yeah.
not scheduling these cupcake games and
Right.
Gary, you want to change your pick? 18 stars return?
Nope.
Pick with your wife, she says. Okay.
He's talking to
That's
you.
you. You're talking to you.
Hey.
I ain't married.
All right, how about this?
I'm not married.
Me neither.
Fear to veer. Let's go wrecking Rams.
Oh man, you know you don't want to make
He
that
don't
pick.
wanna
Come on
sleep on the
now.
couch tonight.
You know you want to pick Big
Yeah.
Rustin.
You talked him out of it, Holly. He done flipped.
Flip the
Oh
script.
darn it, Holly! I don't know why you picked.
keep his pillow fluffy.
Yeah.
She like a kid Anna that much?
She's a Fear to veer and Crow Dome and give it up for the Basil Bearcats type of woman.
I mean, look, I like the Crow Dome as good as anybody, so I can't pick Kitty Anna that much, you know.
but Friday night's recap show at 11 or midnight is the place to be because there's going to be paperwork everywhere and there's going to be they're good.
So you're
They're not.
You're not gonna break in the Whataburger?
And that's what I was getting ready to say. At a Whataburger parking lot near you.
I love breaking the news.
So Friday night's going to be an incredible recap show because we're gonna have some fun that night talking
think-
about these
Uh-oh.
big time
Cloud again.
I
matchups.
think it went out.
Yup.
So we'll see what's going on. Maybe somebody's calling.
Might be. Jake.
We're rolling. Did I get up yet?
There you go.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Final words as we close this one out. Huge week 1 in store. None of us know what we're talking about. You'll see after some of these scores come out on Friday night. So get ready to rag us next week when we come together. But these records might be a little ugly this week, guys.
It may well be.
For some of y'all.
I mean, we'll see what happens. And,
We're gonna get-
a lot of games.
We're gonna
that
get
could go
that
either
Full
way.
Barry
A
one
lot
right.
of them. Yeah, y'all should.
Hey, I'm ready. I just want to see what get some kind of stuff where we can look at them and see, get a history.
Yeah.
Full complete
Get
game.
you a little.
See where everybody's gone because, like we said last week, some
Give
teams
me
proved
this-
us like they were.
Give me this
good.
week too when I
Yeah.
have their identities.
Yep.
Right, exactly, and that's
But
that's
they
what
making it tough. You're gonna find my identity out this week.
right.
And that's like I said, that's a compliment to the coaches, not just scheduling easy wins and easy games. They going out being battle tested.
Right.
Have not looked at week 2 yet, but I'm sure if it's gonna be hard to top this one.
Got some good ones though.
You're right.
There should be, there's
Final
gonna be
words,
some.
Alex, as we close this one out. Let's get on out of here.
It's finally here. Ready to rock and roll.
Chris, final
Yeah.
words.
Yeah,
Get
same
rain
thing.
boots ready.
Get your rain boots ready. Get how they say they bring your hard hat and your lunch pail, because there's gonna be some smash mouth football in Donald Gordon Stadium Friday night, and Northwest too, because units they're gonna run the ball. So be safe, and let's play some ball.
Gary,
Yeah.
real quick. What a week 1 for UTL.
Oh, awesome.
That might be the best
This is-
group of games that we've ever
Yeah,
had.
you got a great group of games you put together. The look is just awesome.
Hey,
The
this
people are just great. I
this
mean,
came
great
this came into
comments.
play 2 hours ago. So
Yeah.
thank you for the opportunity.
Right.
Jennings.
The one thing I want to tell you is that the weather's going to be really, really sloppy, guys. You need to make sure, take care of yourself. Make sure. Hopefully, we ain't going to have any crazy injuries because you know how it is in slop.
Yeah.
Be careful. Be safe. Do your best. Show your stuff. But the key thing I'm going to tell you: stay healthy.
Hope
Get your popcorn ready.
Holly said she had chills typing out this schedule today.
Yeah.
Enoch,
I know the weather's going to be bad, but I'll tell you this. Sometimes these sloppy, bad weather games are the most fun to play. Sometimes, I know as a kid, when it was raining outside or whatnot, I was at my friend's house, hey, y'all want to go throw the football around? Never anybody said no. It's just, it's fun.
yeah,
And I think the fun, now that the preseason's over with and week 1's here, let the fun begin. rain or shine, it don't matter. It's here. It's coming out as full speed ahead. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy this year for what it's going to be.
Yeah, so I never want to say I never want to say something about the weather, but I'm a big fan of Mother Nature today for blessing us with the opportunity to get this football game here, with this one being moved.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a big fan of
You got
games having to get
You got a 3-day weekend.
games having to get rescheduled and teams having to have different advantages in bad weather conditions. But Mother Nature really did a solid for UTL today. So
And sometimes the games don't even get played.
yeah,
You know,
Hopefully no games get canceled. I don't know if any of them have been, but I hope it doesn't come to that.
yeah. But we sign off for now, ladies and gentlemen. Big week 1 in store. Get your raincoats ready, umbrellas if they allow them in the stadiums. Get those ankle boots for when you run the chain gang on the sideline for all those that do that or that are listening. But
poncho.
ponchos, the tents, the whole 9 yards. If you're going
I gotta see if I
tailgate
have my
like we
raincoat.
are
I gotta
Friday
look for it.
night, get the tents up, the black pots ready, the radios ready. It's going to be a fun 2024 season. We're proud to bring you high school football action, year 6, live on Under the Lights for myself, Mr. Alex, Mr. Chris, Mr. Gary, Mr. Holden, Mr. Enoch. We sign off for now. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. God bless each and every one of you. God bless high school football. God bless this panel. And forever, UTL.
You're right. Oh, thank
Woo.
you. Woohoo.
I got a pitch today. I've been having a pitch since pick 7.
It's
You know,
back
You
here.
cut it off?
Huh?
You know, Gary?
You cut it off?
No?
Oh,
Where was that at?
That was over there on the thing, but you can show it up while we close out.
Hey.
Hey, there we go.
Let's see.